Oh, baby. What a game in Boston. Holy smokes. Or, sorry, in Florida against Boston. Damn. Damn. I'm just watching this right now, kind of as the Vancouver Canucks get ready to wrap up. But just, I don't know. How many people are left on the Boston bench? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's 7 people plus the goalie. And Florida 7, Boston 7 plus goalie. That's a good fight. 6 players on each team with game misconducts. I wonder if Edmonton and Vancouver can match that kind of passion. I don't know about that in game 1. What's going on, everybody? It's me. It's Adam. It's exciting that we get to hang out. 1K likes for grippers. You know how it works. Those are the rules. And I think we're gonna have a fun time tonight. Like this is gonna be, I know Boston, Florida has been a great series so far. But kind of lopsided in both games. To me, we're in for, this is the series I'm looking forward to most. This is the series, if I wasn't even doing this stream, I'd be like, this is the series to watch. Vancouver, Edmonton. This is a fun, exciting group of guys on both sides that are highly offense driven. And you know what? There's some kind of fun little, parts of this because you got a rookie goaltender on one side. You got a goaltender on the other side who completely struggled to start the year and is now awesome. And listen, you got Connor McDavid, you got Leon Draisaitl, you got JT Miller, you got Brock Besser. Can Pettersson have a better series? Didn't have a great series. Is Vancouver going to be able to take care of or take advantage of the Edmonton Oilers and they're not as strong defense? Because I'm going to say this: the one thing I'll say about the Nashville Predators, they had some pretty strong defense. All those hardworking structure workers. What kind of livelihood could Mitch Marner have created for himself in the Byzantine Empire? That is quite the question. It's quite the question. I would say that he would have been a good courtier. Would have been good with the political machinations. And I really just wanted to say machinations. Vincent Bourbon, Hurricanes, Rangers going to be lit if Carolina can bounce back in game 3. Otherwise, it's going to be disappointing. I agree. You know what? That game last night was awesome. And I asked Jesse today on the show, like, how many more OTs could you have done? And he's like, all of them. He's like, I wanted it to go to quadruple overtime. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him for that at all. It's pretty exciting. Hey, Adam, can we get a Scarborough shout out? Scarborough! Woo! We're in Scarborough, though. Scarborough's a big place. Finally, Brock Besser in the chat. Finally, no Preds. Man, no kidding. No Preds equals good times. That was tough. We made it, but that was real tough. By the way, I'm just looking at the Florida and Boston game because the other game's still in its intro stages. Boston held to 15 shots all game. Imagine that as a Leaf fan. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be our team. Couldn't be. Hey, it's Adam Mild, the most mid-person sports podcasting. C+ to B- Adam Mild has you covered. What a big baby. What's up, man? Enjoy the chat. All right, listen. You're the one who gets to spend your Wednesday night trolling me in the chat. I'm cool with it. You want to hang out? That's great. More views for us. I'm happy. PWHL Toronto 4-0 win. Yes. Natalie Spooner cannot be stopped. Natalie, I said this on the show today too. She scored 20 goals in 24 games. That's equivalent over 82 games of a 68 goal pace. So both Toronto teams have the best goal scorers on earth. Hopefully one of the Toronto teams can make it further in the playoffs. Going to be exciting. AJ Strong, got to admit, you farted the bed yesterday when you said top 3 would be Chicago, Utah, Anaheim, even though San Jose couldn't finish out the top 3. Well, AJ, listen, I'm known to fart, and I'm known to enjoy bed. So, yeah, I was just kind of trolling. I wanted Chicago to get it, only for the fact that it would have been hilarious. Like, think about that. If Chicago wins, people lose their minds, right? People would absolutely lose their minds. And Utah, it would have been hilarious if they got their first overall pick because Alex Murillo just sold that franchise. And he could have sold it for a lot more if he'd made it to the NHL draft lottery. He'd probably be putting in an angry phone call to Gary Bettman. Angry phone call. How many goals is Shilov's letting in the first period? 4.5 over under. Hey, listen, I think it's Why is he Kyle 0800? Yo, man, I got to tell you something. Don't discount this goaltender. As much as Nashville kind of stinks on offense, they still had 30 shots a game, and he kept them in it the whole way. And Vancouver's defense did its job, but I like Artur Silovs. I think, Roadstar Gaming, are you ready for an Artie party? Yeah, absolutely. AJ Strong, still love you, bro. Thank you, AJ. I appreciate that. Adam Mild sounds like a brand of hot sauce. Man, maybe I should come up with one. They're actually not that hard to make. Like, you can actually make your hot sauce at home pretty easy if you have a blender. Didn't realize that. But like buffalo sauce is like 3 ingredients or something. I'm going to try that one time. In Shelovs, we trust. Really hope Vancouver can pull off this upset. So here's what's crazy about this series. Everybody knows, it's well documented, they have home ice advantage. Vancouver had a better year this year. They did. They had more points. I don't even really think they had that much of a cold streak. There was one little bit where Rick Tockett's like, yeah, I'm not happy with the way that they're playing. You know, Rick Tocchet. But let's be honest. Vancouver had a pretty good year. Edmonton had a pretty bad first 2 months. Once they changed their coach, they were the greatest team in the world. I think they were 45-15 under Knobloch. That's crazy. So it's funny, despite the fact that Vancouver is at home, despite the fact that they got this loud barn and everybody's throwing these towels and getting excited and getting jacked up, kind of hilarious that everybody's like, yeah, but you know, we know there's still the underdog here. It's crazy. I liked and subscribed. Rabbit Troop forever. Rabbit Troop? Who's the Rabbit Troop? Am I out? I don't understand. Yasu Takada. I'm listening while at work. Well, Yasu, thank you for listening. I'm excited to have you here. Sierra Marlowe. I'm not sure which former Leaf to root for. Well, should we go through them? Because we've got Zach Hyman, right? Okay. We've got Cody Ceci, right? On Vancouver. Do we have anybody on Vancouver? I can't even think. Sam Lafferty, of course. Dakota Joshua, does he count as a former Leaf? He's a draft pick, but does he count? I don't think he should. I don't know, chat. What do you think? What do you guys think? Does he count? Hey, I don't know. I'm going to say that if you have to cheer for one former Leaf, it's Cody Ceci, because nothing will be funnier than Cody Ceci winning the Stanley Cup before the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nothing. Hey, Adam, fellow massive Lando Norris fan. Sunday was freaking awesome. Thank you, Leif. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure if you guys watch Formula One, but my favorite team is a lot like my favorite hockey team. They're called McLaren. They have a great big history of winning championships, although none recently. They won their second race in the last 12 years this weekend. Their second race in 12 years. It's been a long time. So, yeah, you know, it was a good day. And it was right after the Leafs got eliminated, so that felt good. Hey, Adam, happy VE Day. What's your best World War II fact? Damn, is it VE Day today? Dude, I didn't even know. We're going to get face-off here soon. I am going to do clap for face-off. I don't have a timer. Happy VE Day. What's your best World War II fact? Let me get back to you on that, LK. You deserve a good fact, but I got to think about it. I got to think about that. Let me. It's tough to ask me right before the game. I'm like focused on the game, and then you want me to focus on the World War II, and I can't do it. I will get back to you on that one though. Hey Adam, I smashed that like button. For my wife. Yes, that's what I said. I smushed that like button. You can smush a like button. All right, here we go. Face off. The series is about to begin. A few days too late. I'm not gonna lie, but here we go. Are we ready? I'm gonna do a clap. My claps were not strong in the first round. Hopefully they get better. Here we go, and we're off, baby. We're off, baby. Vancouver Canucks win the first face-off draw. I'm gonna have to get used to a whole new set of numbers with the Edmonton Oilers. Who's this 97? What an awkward, weird number. How did he not just get a penalty there for ripping a guy's stick out of his arms? This 97, he sure seems dirty. He sure seems bad. I bet he's bad at hockey. I also love that the ref didn't call that. That's playoff hockey, baby. Now, the series winner there, Pius Suter, probably had 15 chances in the last game, 15 or 20. And it's nice that he buried the last one because we might have gone to game 7, and that would have been rough. Jared P., glad to have Adam on the late night stream, though you're not forgiven for the Cooch slander earlier today. I didn't slander Kucherov. All I said was if I was going to switch somebody out for the Ted Lindsay Award for the best player in the league, best single season in the league, I'm putting McDavid in there, and I'm not taking McKinnon out, and I'm not taking Matthews out. Listen, Cooch was amazing this year. Who's gonna step up and be like, no, he sucked? He was great. He was great. I do think Tampa is going to make some noise this offseason. I think they have to. Here we go. We got a face-off, and it's already a 2-minute penalty. Somehow the Oilers have a power play on a bench minor. How ridiculous. Man, honestly, Connor McDavid should have been called instantly. In a regular season game, he would have. And Edmonton goes on the power play. Gotta love this if you're a Canucks fan. Now, I'm interested to see how Vancouver's PK reacts because they were really strong in the first series. Good little clear there. Teddy Bluger, that fourth line of DiGiuseppe, Bluger, and Sam Lafferty was really, really strong. Great role guys. And you saw DiGiuseppe take some shifts on the first line too. Oh, Bouchard catches that. Minute 20 left. Bouchard at the point. Looks like the Oilers are set up. They set up quickly. Good little setup in front. Dakota Joshua clears it. Did a ref? Did you guys see that at the bottom right? Did a ref just hit one of the Edmonton Oilers? Ian Cole with a steal. DiGiuseppe's away. Can't get the shot on. I like DiGiuseppe. I think he's good. He's good, guys. AJ Strong. Hey, tell me the name of the coach of the Sharks. Oh, yeah, I'll get back to that, AJ. I'll get back to that. We're on the PK, my man. Here we go, McDavid. Setting up on the half boards. Are they booing McDavid as if that's going to stop him? There's Leon. There's Nuge. There's the back of the net. Already the Oilers are up 1-0. Zach Hyman, former Leaf. I know. Give it to me. It was a long time ago, okay? He was a Leaf like 4 seasons ago. Let's let it go. Second shot of the series as Zach Hyman puts the Oilers up. And this is just one of those stupid things that can never happen. That's a team penalty. Too many men. What the hell? Oh, that sucks for the Canucks. Amazing momentum for the Oilers. Damn. Zach Hyman's automatic. Automatic from there. What a great way to start the series. Again, cannot imagine the Leafs doing any of this. If you're a Canucks fan right now and you're sad, let me tell you something. You got nothing to be sad about. You're in the second round. AJ Strong, tell me the name of the coach that the Sharks need to properly develop the youth. Eklund, Celebrini, Smith, Musty, and so on. Well, it's all a question of whether or not they're going to take a risk on a rookie coach, somebody who's used to dealing with younger players. Is it a guy that comes out of college? Is it a guy that comes out of the CHL? The CHL jump never really happens. A lot of it comes out of the AHL unless you're going to cycle guys around. The guys that are available, Berube, Evison, Gerard Gallant, if you want to include Alan Vigneault, although he hasn't worked in a long time and did not end well in Philadelphia, although it never ends well. I don't know. I don't know what Mike Greer's thinking. He's been really, really intelligent with some of the moves he made. That Pittsburgh pick reverting to San Jose is a pretty tidy piece of work for Carlson. That's going to be a really tough one. I wonder if they take a risk on a rookie coach, and just get an accomplished guy who's accomplished everything outside of the league. There's also a bunch of really good assistants in the NHL that are waiting on their chance. I don't know the answer, AJ, but why not Woodcroft? Yeah, why not Woodcroft? Actually, why not? Vancouver without a shot here. 16-16 left in the first period. We got Pius Suter, little shot. Nobody there to follow up on the rebound. Brock Besser was a little high, but JT Miller creates a turnover to Suter. Is he going to get it back to Besser? No. Interesting. That's just a bummer that Vancouver's down this early. Not because, listen, Oilers fans, I'm thrilled for you, but I got to tell you, I do think that this should be a closer series than people are giving it credit for. I could be wrong. I've been wrong many times. Some really good scoring chances here for the Oilers. So Yanmark McDavid, it looks like is yeah. Oh, we got a breakaway. We got a breakaway. Oh, what a save. Connor Garland, who was a real weapon in the last series. It didn't come through on the stat sheet as much. Big hit by Lindholm in the corner. So this is where Vancouver can really take advantage of Edmonton. If they can pin them low, I think that Nashville's defense and their system was much stronger than Edmonton's system. But Edmonton wins based on what? Pure goal scoring. Billions and billions and billions of goals. Pettersson line out there. Hollander, Mikheyev up, playing good hockey. Ooh, big hit. Susie, damn, that was a big, he got his booty into that. Here we go, Pettersson. Oh, that's a good scoring chance. Man, this is going to be an open series. This will be fun. Mikheyev behind the net. Pettersson. Oh, you got to get that shot low. You got to get that shot low. Ian Cole's having a good little start, though. Oh, here we go. Oh, Ian Cole with the shot from the point. Man, this is the best the Pettersson line has looked in every playoff game. Like, this is way better than what they look like against Nashville. And I think it's because Nashville's like smothering. You're seeing it, though. You're seeing the Canucks take advantage of the Oilers. When you get the Oilers pinned and their top line isn't out there, they can get into a little bit of trouble. But Stuart Skinner's been really, really good. Vancouver fourth line out there. That's not an insult. They're pretty good. We'll see what they do. Warren Fogle back around to Evan Bouchard. Teddy Bluger up. Oilers are pushing around here, but they're not really set up. They're just kind of pushing the puck around deep. Bouchard's, that's a good little stop. Creates a scoring chance. Good save. Bad rebound. Canucks clear it. There's Draisaitl around. Oh, boy. Draisaitl, Evander Kane, and the very dangerous Warren Fogle. Watch him score. All right. All right. How are we feeling, everybody? How are we feeling? You think this is 5 games max? I saw somebody in the chat. 5 games max? People are asking where the clock is. Listen, we cannot do that yet. We're working on that, okay? Fiona Fallerino. Oh, my goodness. Thank you for the super chat. Wow. My fam and I were in Vancouver for 2 days, and now my mom, who knows nothing about hockey, wants them to win just because we were there. Ignore the amount. The Philippines is just a small country. Okay. Well, listen, that's very kind of you. And let me say this. That's really cool. Vancouver's a beautiful city, and you would really enjoy your time there. And you know what? Become Canucks fans. Why not? They can always use more. Let's be honest. For everybody trying to watch, Sportsnet is the only way to watch in Canada. I'm assuming ESPN app has it in the States. I don't know if our American listeners can hook us up with some details on that. But yeah, if you were trying to watch on CBC Gem, you cannot. This is a Sportsnet only game. I guess it technically counts as regional, although it's regional national. Because CBC usually runs the national games, but maybe it's just Sportsnet during the week. Stephen T, where's your Canucks jersey? I don't have one. Also, the jerseys are expensive. They're real expensive. Haven't jumped on that yet. Also, if I wore a Vancouver Canucks jersey, would Oilers fans get on me? Would they get on me? I feel like they would. Feel like they wouldn't be nice about it. AJ Strong, who's the best former Shark to be the next coach? Strum, McClellan, Woodcroft. I say Woodcroft. Marco Sturm was good. Todd McClellan, I don't know. He had a good little run in Los Angeles, and he was a good coach in San Jose before. I don't know. I don't know, man. The Sharks coaching thing, the Sharks are a mystery to me. They are. I'm excited for how young and cool they're going to be. But like, are they going to be young and cool like Anaheim and not go anywhere? Or are they going to be young and cool and really become like a thing to watch, entertaining? Did you guys see the video, by the way, of the Sharks getting the first overall pick, and their ticket guys and gals, the whole team were in the they were in their like pit going like, yeah, we're gonna finally able to sell some of these. Feel for them. That's a brutal job to have if the team sucks. The Canucks game is not on ESPN Plus. Wear a Messier half and half Oilers Canucks jersey. Yeah, should we call this series the Messier Bowl? Yeah, get you a nice royal blue CC jersey, Adam. No. From an Oilers fan, Everfett. Toronto needs to pick up Jay Woodcroft. It's about time the leftovers went the other way. Hey, man, our leftovers seem to be working out pretty well for you. Things are doing okay. You guys are good. You guys are doing well. So it's on an ESPN channel, this game, but it's not on ESPN Plus. Figure that one out. As much as I try to understand sports rights, and I do, I ask around with people who are actually like hooked into this stuff. And I got to tell you, I don't know, man. I don't get some of it, especially the American side. I don't know why they make the calls that they make. It must make sense to someone somewhere. There are smart people behind this, but yeah. Roadster Gaming. We don't talk about Messier in Vancouver. Well, he was the captain. I mean, Messier was the captain of both these teams. Zadorov going at Kane. We like this. We like a little hate early in the series. There wasn't. I know that there was a little bit with Los Angeles and Edmonton, but man, was there even a fight in the Nashville series? I don't think so. There wasn't really much shoving. It was like, okay, you go back to your bench, I'll go back to mine. We'll play hard. Okay, everybody go home. It was a very polite series and a little slow. For those watching the States, you can watch this game on YouTube TV, ESPN for free. Or, well, you could do that and you could watch with me. You can have two devices. Watching the game on CBC Edmonton. So maybe it's just on the channel. I don't know, man. I don't know how this works. Swayman got yanked tonight. Leafs could never. I know, man. Zach, thank you for that. You're absolutely bang on the money. Ugh. You know, Dom Lucian wrote a really great article for The Athletic today. The Leafs have never embraced what they are, which is a high-scoring team. The Oilers embraced what they were and said, we're high-scoring, and we're going to double down on it. And look at them. Next level, right? You know, they are always their brand. The Leafs are like, we're high-scoring regular season, and in the postseason, we're now the Nashville Predators, and they're bad at it. And then they can't score. I also think to be able to do it the way that the Oilers are doing it, you need an Ekholm. You do. Like, because you look at it, poor Morgan Riley is just there by himself. The Oilers have Bouchard, they have Ekholm. They've got really better defense, I think, than the Leafs do. And then they got a goalie most of the time. He was bad at the start of the year, but that you can trust to do that. Samsonov, and I know the Oilers let in like 2.5 goals a game in the playoffs, but they score 4.5. That's literally the numbers. You should look up Dom's article. It's amazing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking maybe the Leafs should just try to score goals because that's what they're good at. Stop trying to be like defensive masters. And, you know, the team like the Canucks, same thing. Like, the one thing I'll say about the Canucks is in the series with Nashville, and everybody discounts them because of that series with Nashville because it was kind of slow and boring. Nashville played defense really, really well, but what the Canucks did was they converted on their chances. They always converted. They never let the nerves get to them. 12 shots on UC Saros, still find a way to score like 4 goals. How? How? I love this. By the way, there's somebody in the chat. I think. Thanks for answering, but that sucks because it is an all Canadian matchup. Do you mean that Vancouver Edmonton's an all Canadian? I like that. It guarantees a Canadian team into the Western Conference Final. And let's be honest, these two teams play each other a lot, and they like each other a little, or not at all. So that's kind of cool. I like that. I like Anchor. By the way, give me some likes. Throw some likes my way so we can expose this video to other people. Bring more people in. Listen, watching while sailing the seven seas, listening to Adam's play-by-play color commentary. Thank you for that, JW33. 10:43 left in the first period. Edmonton is outshooting Vancouver 6-1. I don't think that tells the whole story. Vancouver is they did get a few chances in there early, but they haven't really pressured in about 3-4 minutes of ice time here, so might be time. We'll see what I'm curious to see what Rick Tocchet deploys against McDavid Draisaitl, because oh man, Vinny Desharnais is huge, eh? You don't realize it sometimes. You're like, God, that guy's enormous. He's like Tyler Myers big. Zadorov big. Just gigantic players. Ian Cole over the line, into the zone. We got the fourth line out there. Bluger, Giuseppe, Lafferty. They were really effective against Nashville. I think they're going to have a harder time against the Edmonton Oilers, who moved the puck a lot faster than Nashville did. As long as I'm curious to see what they do against McDavid Draisaitl. Like, what's Tockett's line matching going to be? Justin Fisher gifted 5 memberships. Justin, did you just give 10 memberships? Geonosis, Seaweed Man to you, Adam. Oh, I'll never forget Seaweed Man. It's the worst nickname in hockey, but it's great. It's great. You'll never forget it. You'll never forget that name. Yo ho ho and a totally legal streaming option. Oh, sure, Warrior Womp. We believe you. I'd like to see, what do we got here? Evander Kane's out there. You know they're going to try to run Evander Kane a little bit. And the reason being is he gets hot. And they want to, I know that the Vancouver, part of their strategy has got to be long-term, goading him into a little bit of a bad penalty here or there. That's what you love about Evander Kane, though, right? He rides the line. He's just, he's ready to snap, like Kucherov, ready to snap. Kucherov's obviously a better player, but you're looking at a guy that's like, oh, he could snap at any time and take my flipping head off. It's legal to pay the NHL and pretend to be Australian, right? You said pretend. I didn't. I pay for ESPN Plus all season. Oh, here we go. We got a Miller. Oh, man. Hronek just missed. Hey, you know who's at this game that we need to be looking at or looking for is noted Alan Walsh guy, Alan Walsh. Alan Walsh is at this game. He's watching his client, noted Alan Walsh client, Philip Hronek. It's noted. He's there. I don't know where he is. Edmonton needs more rage music to get on the ice. Yeah, Corey, I agree. Do the Oilers have like a walkout song? Why can't you film the real match? Meaning, why can't we run the stream on our channel? Because it costs billions of dollars to own hockey rights. So we can't do that. And I would love to work with Sportsnet on that. I don't know that they'd be as interested. McDavid, sort of a draw on the face-off, like a bit of a tie there. Canucks end up with it. And a good little shot by Mikheyev. Don't hate that. So you put Lindholm on McDavid, clearly. Because obviously Lindholm's got a ton of experience shadowing this guy in Calgary. But Lindholm was like the guy in Calgary, right? He's the top centerman. Now in Vancouver, where he is, third line centerman, which is weird to say because he scored 40 goals a couple years ago. You can use him in a spot like that. Garland and Joshua are dangerous guys, but they may have to just use their speed and in Joshua's case, use his size to shut that line down. It's not an easy one to match up against. Like if you watch Hyman play, and Oilers fans, you guys already know this, the skates never stop. They never stop. Yeah. Ryan Evans, nice. I just won money. Stephen T, why do people keep asking about streaming the game on the channel? LOL. I don't think people know how sports rights work, Steven. That's okay. I don't mind. I'm having brutal allergies, by the way. So if you see me just scratching my nose, I'm like dying over here. Look at all this. Look at all the Steve emojis or the Adam emojis, and then there's Steve. Can we get a clap when we come back? Luke Caldwell, yes, we can. Yes, we can, Luke. Hey, you know what we didn't ask for? I didn't ask you for score predictions. Can you drop them in the chat? I would love to know what your score predictions are. Adam, will you, Adam, stream any other series after the Oilers win this one in 4 games? Oh, Canucks fans, you going to take that? You going to take that? Peshkaroo 7. You going to take that, guys? Wow, look at all these emojis dropping in. What's going on here? 5-4 Edmonton, 10-0 Edmonton, 3-2 Vancouver. Joshua, all right. 8-1. You got to say who? 5-4 Vancouver regulation. There's a lot of excited Canucks fans out there who believe, and I respect it. Need to generate some more shots, though, because this is looking an awful lot like Nashville, where you're ending a period with 3 or 4 shots. We're almost 15 minutes into this game, guys. By the way, Luke, I think I owed you a clap, and I didn't give you one, and I'm sorry. I'll get you one on the next face-off, buddy. Just so we can align our streams. We're going to work on that clock, too. I want to see this go to OT. Josh, dude, you're going to kill me. My first show today was a Formula One show we do on the channel called Nailing the Apex. That was at 10 a.m. It's 10:45 p.m. We're not even through the first period, and you want this to go to overtime? Come on, man. Come on. Janice, how long is a hockey match? Usually about 3 hours, Janice. 4-3 Nucks, and I love and sending love from the UK. It's so late here. Yeah, I bet it is, Gabe. I bet it is. Will Gene Principe sucker Dan Murphy? I don't. Can they have a respectful off, like a nice off? Like I'm like 2 good guys saying nice things about each other, and then we all judge. Canadian Hobo, 5 gifted memberships. Well, thank you, Canadian Hobo. Sean Anderson is saying 3 OT. Dude, Sean, there'd be no point in me sleeping. That'd be like 4 a.m. I'd be going home. Jeez. But you know what? It would be something that we would remember that the rest of our lives. That'd be insane. That'd be crazy. Sierra Marlowe, the sleepy crew will be dragging. Bro, you look pale as AF. Yeah, maybe I need to turn the lights down. I do look a bit pale. I'll turn them down in the middle of the in the intermission. What it was, honestly, I turned them up because I thought I thought I was a little dark the last game, so I'm still working on the lighting. Don't worry. Is Adam a Dave or a Sammy Van Halen guy? Dave Lee Roth all day, every day. And it's a goal. Matthias Ekholm, clean all the way through. This is where the goaltending thing can become a problem. You get in a rookie goaltender's head, first minute of the game. I don't really blame him for this. I don't think he saw it. We haven't seen the replay here, but so it starts with Evander Kane, little floater out front. Oh boy, Ian Cole. That was bad. And it goes through 3 Canucks guys. So Ian Cole gives the puck away and then stands in front of his goaltender and doesn't block the shot. Ian, buddy. Oh. Wow. Wow. Hey, Adam, what happened in the studio in your basement? The SDP one? I don't live in that house anymore. My lease was up and we moved out. But it was a lovely house. That Ian Cole play is ugly. That's ugly. But you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Like Ian Cole brings a lot of positive things. And sometimes, Ian Cole giveth and Ian Cole taketh away. Like that was not great. It's not great. But I'm sure he knows that. And I'm sure that Vancouver Sports Radio will be super nice to him about it, especially if that's the winning goal. Man, from Eris Mix 23, man, I really wish Steve was streaming the Boston Florida game tonight. Yeah, you know what? I understand that. And I think that he will stream again. I think it was just that after the Leaf series, remember they got a 9-week-old at home. Like they don't sleep. And like today he was doing the show. I don't know if you guys saw the SDP. He held it together really well, but he's really sick. So we got to give him, we give the man a breather. It's been a hectic week, but I think he'll be back sooner than you think. Genosis, I feel your pain watching the Oilers in Ontario is hard. Are you an Oilers fan? You must be. You must be. I can't tell from your, I can only see a dog in your profile picture. Sedin Magic 15. Cole is having a brutal game. So it's funny because at the beginning he was having a good game. He had that shorthanded chance that he kind of messed up with Di Giuseppe, and then he had a couple of shots from the point that probably should have been like 4 feet lower. Put it off the goalie's pads. Make Stuart Skinner give up a rebound. It's probably what he should have done. But he was looking good on offense. Yeah. Anakin Skywalker. I love your names, guys. Oilers are just too strong for Vancouver. Like, okay. We won't know where this series really is until we get into game 3. That's usually how it is. Because if you were to look at just Boston and Florida and react to game 1, you'd be like, well, damn, I guess Florida's terrible. I guess they're bad. Maybe they just had too much rest and they're not as sharp as Boston, and Boston whooped their ass. Look what happened tonight. Florida came roaring back and beat them up. And Kachuk, did you see the right-hander he laid on Pasternak? Like he tattooed him. So to me, personally, I feel like we're not going to know that series until game 3, game 4. This one we probably won't know until game 3, game 4. Although I got to tell you, not a great start for Vancouver. It's not great. It's not great. Here we go. Ekholm. There's Hyman doing what he does best. Putting the butt between him and the puck. Watch him. Watch him. He's behind the net in Gretzky's office. Nice little backhand off Sheilov. He's allowed to just walk out. Like Hughes and Roenick were they just letting him walk. Come on out. Come on out. Get a shot on our goalie. No problem. Sheilov's little bit of a rebound there. Good thing nobody was there. Fiona Fallerina, just remembered I randomly saw a dude in a Sedin jersey today. And Fiona is coming in from Southeast Asia, if I'm not mistaken. So obviously Vancouver is going to win. Well, Vancouver Canucks fans travel well. So do Oilers fans. They're everywhere. Myers wrestling to the Oilers pressure here is strong. They've done a good job too of taking the Canucks fans right out of the game. Everybody's sitting. Nobody's waving their towels. It'd be real good if the Canucks could get opportunistic here, squeeze a goal in the last 3 minutes, send it to intermission 2-1, get the fans into it, and make it more interesting that way. You want that. Oh, Ian Cole just misses it at the blue line. Damn. If I were Ian Cole in the first intermission, I would just dunk my head in icy water and go, okay, reset. Let's do this again. Melissa, where's the clock? Listen, it's not easy to put the clock up. So we're working on a technological fix. Oh, see, the Oilers the Oilers got lucky there. That's the kind of goal that Vancouver scores. Opportunistic. This Pettersson line looks really good. Really good. That almost went in. It was almost 2-1 right there. Now, in the immortal words of, I think, Brandy or Monica, almost doesn't count. But let me tell you, I think the Oilers can the Canucks can make something happen here. If they do, it's going to make going to the first intermission very interesting. And by the way, at first intermission, I got some great clips, some intermission clips for you guys. When we do go to intermission. So I did Agent Provocateur with Alan Walsh, and there's some really great stuff that we're going to play for you that I really want you to check out. If you never heard that show, that's kind of why I wanted you to see it. Because it's Alan says stuff that I'm like, I don't hear this literally anywhere else. So I'm excited for this. Stream clips. The first one will be what Alan thinks should change in Toronto ahead of the Friday presser. Yeah, Alan Walsh talked about that. Adam fixed the white dots on the blue wall behind your head on the other podcast. Ryan, no. Ryan, I'm gonna leave them there just for you, buddy. I'm gonna nickname them the Ryan dots, just for you, just because you love them so much, Ryan. They are your dots. They're like they're your own constellation, buddy. Congratulations, enjoy. Jacqueline K. I could wish to listen to Alan Walsh all day long. Jacqueline, he is one of the best storytellers I've ever met. He is a wealth. He's an encyclopedia. The guy knows so much. And you're like, how the hell do you know all this? You ask him a question, he can tell you like a half an hour story. It's crazy. And it's always interesting. Not everybody's a great storyteller. Alan's a real good one. Myers. Okay. Besser. Suter's got the puck. JT Miller behind the net using his booty. There's Suter. Myers at the point. Oh, another good play. Got that puck low. Ian Cole. Take notes, Ian Cole. Susie to Myers. Low. Keeps the puck in. Thank you to Canadian Hobo and to Kevin Bull for your membership. Damn. 22 seconds to go. Oh, man. Oilers get possession. Bouchard's going to clear. Zadorov keeps it in because he's freaking gigantic. He's crazy. That was crazy. Only a guy who's 6 foot $1 billion like him could do that. 3 seconds to go. And it looks like somebody on the Canucks could be hurt. Is that Besser? And please don't be your back. I hope he's not hurt. They need him. What happened to Besser there? Or is that Miller? No, it's Besser. Oh. Okay. That Desharnais slash probably should have been called. Just like McDavid stealing a person's stick in the first 30 seconds of the game probably should have been called. It's the playoffs. I know. It's the playoffs. Just saying. Should have probably been called. So Really, really good period for the Edmonton Oilers. Canucks had a few potential chances, but that Ekholm goal was delicious, and the Hyman goal on the power play was so vintage Zach Hyman, like spectacular stuff. Able to convert. Like, man, I got to tell you, Zach Hyman in Toronto was hilarious to watch the first couple of years because he never stopped trying hard. But he also he whiffed on so many goals, and now he's automatic. Yeah, it's going in. Yeah, it's going in. That's the kind of shot, believe it or not, in his first couple of years in Toronto, he'd have missed the net. He'd have fired it over. But that is the kind of guy Zach Hyman is. He works hard for everything, and man, just a little jealous that Edmonton has him now. Watching him again, I'm like, damn, I do wish we had him, but at the time it seemed too expensive. Did we know he was going to become a 50-goal scorer when he'd only scored 21 in Toronto? Not really. Ojo Marin, long-time listener, first-time caller. What do you think of this trade proposal? Marner for Crosby, 1-for-1. Dubas gets his guy back, and we replace JT. Ojo, I gotta say, man, that is a hilarious trade proposal. Because Sidney Crosby is not leaving Pittsburgh unless I have a theory. Let's say Pittsburgh is bad next year and they don't make the playoffs again. Kyle Dubas is going to sit down with Sidney and be like, listen, Sid, we got to have a chat at least maybe about you going somewhere else. Do you want to win a cup? Do you want to try one more time? And I would think that there'd be two teams that he'd want to be a part of. Number one, obviously the Colorado Avalanche. You get to play with Nathan McKinnon. You get to love life. And number two, I think I gotta think if Montreal were good, and they probably won't be, but if they can figure it out in the next year and a half, go play for your favorite childhood team. I don't know. I don't think Marner for Crosby is ever going to happen. Does Vancouver need to relearn what offense looks like after the Nashville series? It's like going from pickleball to tennis. This is Steese and Schiller. Yeah, probably. Vancouver's offense is better than what we saw in the first period. And there's probably an adjustment. And remember that this is not a roster with a ton of playoff experience in comparison to the Oilers. The Oilers have done a lot. They're a minimum second-round team every year for at least the last 3 years, probably more. I can't remember what they did in 2020 because it's all a blur. But, you look at that, you look at the experience differential. The Oilers are going to be prepared for this. It's okay that Vancouver isn't. It's a 7-game series, but they are going to have to figure something out. And I kept saying during the Nashville series, Vancouver's got to figure out Nashville's defense. They got to figure out Nashville's defense. And they never quite got there with Nashville's defense. They won anyway. Huge talent differential there. But, they never figured it out. They never got it done. So anyway, let's get to this first clip so I can go and blow my nose because my allergies are driving me crazy. What changes, if any, in Toronto are coming ahead of Friday's press conference? Friday's press conference is supposed to be a big one. Shanahan, new CEO Keith Pelly, Brad Treliving. What does Alan Walsh think? Check it out from this week's AP. One of the funniest tweets I think about the early round of the playoffs came from you. And, people ask you this time of year who you cheer for, what you're cheering for. And the thing that you tell them and the thing that you tweeted about a week ago was HRR, hockey-related revenue. Alan, how are we doing on the HRR front? Is Team HRR winning?
Well, team out. Jury's still out on that.
Okay.
The HRR is winning if every series goes 7 games. So if a series goes 5 games, we're losing 2 potential gates at, $3 to $4 million a gate, maybe $5 million a gate, depending on the city. So, we've lost by not going 7 games every series. We're losing HRR. So I'm cheering for HRR. Players had 6% of all of their compensation withheld for escrow this year. The latest estimates I've seen is about 4% of the 6% will ultimately be returned to the players after the HRR reconciliation. It could go with a bang up playoffs. It could go up to 6%. The entire escrow could be returned. So that's money directly out of the players' pockets that gets returned to the owners, the people who are their employers, so to speak. So, I'm cheering for HRR.
All right. Well, I know that the ratings are high, even in the States, and we talked about this when we started the show. Can you believe this is the end? We're coming up on the end of our third season here, Alan, which is amazing. We talked about the disastrous sort of consequences of the 2004 lockout, because at the time, ESPN and the NHL had been working together since the early 1980s. At the time, the NHL had a $100 million deal on the table with ESPN, and ESPN walked away from it because the NHL didn't have a season, and ESPN came back to them with a much lower package, I believe, and then the NHL went with Versus and the OLN thing. And then they went to NBC. But now we're seeing ESPN and TNT not only broadcast the games, but have really great and compelling intermission people as well. Paul Bissonnette, Wayne Gretzky, Mark Messier, PK Subban. These are guys who are creating big-time stardom. And you're seeing major ESPN shows like Pat McAfee bring people on and talk about hockey a little bit more and getting it back into the zeitgeist, which I think is the NHL's goal. How do you see hockey in the States growing? Is it actually making a measurable impact what these networks have brought to the sport?
There's no question having the NHL back on ESPN and what TNT has done with their broadcast is bringing new fans into the game, growing the game, building an awareness amongst sports fans where the NHL is in direct competition to grab as much of the sports pie as possible. I also think sports betting has done a tremendous played a role in bringing revenue and fans into the game, good or bad. Sports betting is a major engine driver of revenue and future revenue. And I think that the whole basis of the puck tracking, the chip in players' equipment, the stats that are derived from being able to have this new puck tracking system implemented in every NHL arena, including in the playoffs, feeds into the sports betting, and it's just the way it is. So from a broadcast perspective, and in many other ways, hockey is certainly on the upswing. I still think that with more competent people running the league and some of the decisions that have been made over the last 30 years, tied into the 31 years of Gary Bettman's reign as commissioner of the league, the NHL could be realistically have double the revenue that it does right now. Instead of being a $6.4 or $6.5 billion league, the NHL should be a $13 billion league if they had done it right. So people are sitting there right now, especially on the owner's side, saying, look at how much we've grown. Just a little while ago, we were at $3 billion and we're now at 6.5. And look at where franchise values are. Whoa, they're exploding. The league is doing a great job. Mm-hmm. Well, from my perspective, you guys don't realize you should be at 13 billion and your franchises should be worth double what they are today. And players should be making double what they are today. And it was all right there for you if you made the right decisions at the right time. So the NHL kind of failed their way into success. Mm-hmm. And they're continuing to fail their way into success. But I definitely think that hockey and the NHL is on the upswing. with one caveat. Their position in the sports world vis-a-vis the other sports is probably more precarious right now than ever.
Mm-hmm.
I think soccer is coming on strong. World Cup in North America is going to have a dominant. I mean, it's going to be
crazy,
insane. And I wonder, coming fast forwarding 5 years, 7 years, what the sports landscape is going to look like in North America vis-a-vis soccer, the NHL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA. I don't think anything is ever going to take the NFL off of their crown as the number one sport,
it's just
revenue-wise,
ingrained.
and it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
But I think everything else is up for grabs.
Wow. Well, you know what? It's nice to hear positive news on that, especially after so many years of COVID and not. It's great that the NHL made those decisions. One of the other ones that was pretty major, and I don't know how much you know or can speak to this, so I'm just throwing this question at you. But Rogers sold off one of their national nights, which is Monday, to Amazon, and it's been rumored for years, and I've been saying this for a while, just from people that I've spoken to who would know a lot more than I would, that I believe Rogers and Bell will be regional players in terms of like the regional rights of hockey games, and that there's going to be a streaming service that comes in and takes the national package and doesn't care if they make money off of it because it drives something else for their business. And it makes a lot of sense for Amazon so to get you on Prime, Netflix to get you on the platform, anybody else that you want to name in that particular category. Apple is obviously a major player with the season pass with MLS. What are your thoughts on a change like that? Do you think it's a harbinger of things to come?
I worry that that the streaming money is going to dry up when you dig a little deeper into that whole area. None of the streamers are making money off of the sports rights deals that they've done. Many of them are bleeding on their balance sheets, but they're such huge behemoths that it doesn't seem to matter for now.
Okay.
I was just looking at it this morning, and Apple TV has a penetration rate in the United States of 0.5% of all TVs. And their streaming service is a huge failure right now. And they have green-lighted several, they're in the film business. They're in the series business. And they're putting out some really good content, which is not capturing eyeballs.
Yes.
And that's the whole intention of going into sports. It's all about subscriptions and eyeballs.
Right.
And if there is, you're spending billions of dollars, and if it doesn't translate into what your ultimate goal is, sooner or later, there's either going to be a great consolidation, as likely happens in an evolving new technology, or they're just going to stop spending. So yes, right now is a great time to capitalize on a emerging, growing, exploding area. But I wonder whether it's something that will sustain itself over the long term.
Right. And I guess you're right. They're using it as a loss leader right now. Kind of like, grocery stores don't make any money off of bread or milk, but they bring you the bread and the milk gets you in the door. You buy other things while you're in there, right? And that's why they put it at the back in the corner. Everybody knows the formula. So yeah, and it's like how much time and how much money are you willing to lose on a product like that in order to capture that market? So that's fascinating, Alan. All right, we're back. What'd you think? Hey, by the way, I fixed the lighting so I don't look pale as a ghost. You see, I do have some color in my face. Okay. I saw your chirps. I saw you. You weren't being very nice about it. Not gonna lie. A lot of chatter. I'm looking at the conversation. Everybody's still talking about that Florida game. It was crazy. Man, imagine your dad was as badass as Keith Tkachuk is. Like, you get into a fight and he's like, ah. But yo, Keith Tkachuk, did you see the replay of him when they lost game 1? He's more pissed off than the Florida Panthers are. Freaking love that guy. Love that guy. Lindsay N, hello from Alaska. Hey guys, can you guys hit me up with what cities you're listening in from? I'd love to, or watching. And what you're doing right now. There's a lot of, all I see is forehead. I have a gigantic forehead and I'm very proud of it. I might even sell it for ad space one day. All right, Ben. All right. I want to know where you guys are all listening in from, watching from, whatever it is that you're doing, because there's a lot of people that work right now. We got Connecticut, we got New Zealand, we got Sunderland. It's a crap hole, according to Zuri. I don't know. I've never been to Sunderland. I know that they have a very good football team. Canucks are okay. That was warm up. Sunrise, Florida, St. John's, Newfoundland, PEI, Bournemouth, UK, Florida, baby, Grand Prairie, Edmonton, Quebec City, Long Island, Kitchener, Rochester, Ottawa, St. Louis, Missouri. Love Missourians. Louisville, Kentucky, Whitehorse, Yukon, Aldergrove, BC, Birmingham, Alabama, Edmonton at Los Angeles. Really? Were you down there for the Edmonton series? You just spent a couple days extra in Los Angeles. Thailand, on the beach. You're on the beach in Thailand right now? Oh, I'm so jealous. I would desperately love to take my pale skin to Thailand and just bake like a turkey in the sun. South Shore, Nova Scotia. Oh, I know the South Shore. It's a good place to live, Chance. Very nice. Vienna, Austria. Love it. Beautiful. Tucson, Arizona, Albuquerque, Manchester, Connecticut, Salt Lake City. Damn, we got a worldwide audience here. This is really cool. By the way, thank you all for being here. I didn't say that in the first thing. So the way this is going to work is we're going to work on the clock thing, but in the meantime, and producer Hayden, by the way, shout out producer Hayden. He's in tonight. Producer Hayden is like, hey man, you got to make sure you do your claps and you got to update the clock more. So I'm going to be doing that in the second intermission or in the second period here. Davin still dating on Ohio. I've been to Dayton, Ohio. It's a good place. It's pretty. That's right. I said something good about Ohio. How about that? No one else does. Hey, I also want to shout out Rob. Rob is running the chat tonight. Hi, Rob. So, okay. By the way, Hayden is a Minnesota fan. He was dying for that first round or that first overall pick yesterday. Didn't work for him. Sorry. All right. There we go. We have a second period. And I'm hoping the Canucks come out with a little more fire this time. Quinn Hughes out there with the first line, but I guess they want to match Myers up with McDavid. Suter to Myers at the Miller definitely wanted that pass. I don't think Myers hurt him. Excuse me. Suter around the outside. There's Miller. There's Zadorov. Good little shot. Not a bad way to start. We like that. Oh, there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Trying to change my volume here. I don't know. Trying to change the volume of my headphones. It's not working out. Minnesota is still in buyout hell. They'd have to trade somebody for the first, trade away that first overall pick anyway. Well, yeah, they are in buyout hell. I have to say, I give them credit. Oh, Ian Cole! Goal! Ian Cole makes up for a rough giveaway in the first. with a great play off the boards. Dakota Joshua on the board, gets his first goal of the series. And by the way, I believe he had a goal early in the Nashville series too, if I'm not wrong. I have a terrible memory, like a goldfish, but damn, that was a great play. That was very Hampus Lindholm. Look at this. Yeah, absolutely. That's a mini Hampus Lindholm play. Good goal. Skinner was nowhere near on that one, and the Oilers were not expecting it. Ian Cole, listen, he's had a good offensive night. He's created some chances. Maybe we can Dakota Joshua's had 3 goals this playoffs. Oh, Lindholm out, Garland out. Love this line. They're keeping Joshua out there. Now you got the crowd back into it too. You get a goal in the first-ish minute. Maybe Ian Cole did dunk his head in that ice water, like I said. Just get that reset. Go. All right, we're shaking that off. We're moving on. It's a 7-game series. Let's make it happen. So Hellaway. Oh, we got a steal from Lindholm or Hoglander. Sorry. Quinn Hughes couldn't quite make the play, but they still have possession. Down deep. Hoglander out to the point to Roenick, to Hughes. Pettersson is high, covering for Quinn Hughes. Ooh, Mikheyev almost got one. Quinn Hughes was a good little setup. Hoglander, I don't know who that pass was to. That was a bad pass. Who are we passing that to? You had really good offensive pressure. You got to get that out. Kick it out to the point. Make the safe play there. Damn. That's a really great turnover by Hoglander. Really is. And you had the right defensive pair out there, Roenick and Quinn Hughes. I think Hoglander is swearing at himself for that pass across the zone. He didn't need to do that. But, ultimately, good. That's how you build confidence. That's how you build momentum in the playoffs. You do stuff like that. Edmonton already has 3 shots, and we're 2 minutes into this period. That's a real good start. That's exactly what they needed. You get that goal. You get the crowd. You get going. You give your goaltender a minute to breathe. He's playing the best 2 players on earth, for my money. No offense to anybody else, but it's difficult to argue against Draisaitl McDavid, especially in the playoffs, the way that those 2 guys perform in the playoffs. Corey Perry with the first crash of the net of the series. You'll see more from him. What a pickup he's been for Edmonton. How many fellow Eastern Standard Time mad lads are in here tonight? Greg L. Amen, brother. It's 11:19 in the East. Unless you're in Newfoundland. And then it's a half an hour difference. Newfoundland is a weird timing thing. Teddy Bluger, 4th line out for Vancouver. Again, really like these guys in the first round. Don't mind them so far, but I mean, it's pretty early. Whoa. Bit of a knock from behind by Corey Perry. Smart playoff play. I love that stuff. That's the kind of stuff in the regular season they might call that. Not in the playoffs. Knocks the guy off the puck. Get up. Dust yourself off. Get your puck back. $12.20 here in St. John, New Brunswick. $11.20 in Florida. $12.20 in PEI. What's new? Anybody here from Newfoundland? Newfoundland is $12.50. Yeah. Newfoundland is a half an hour difference from everybody else. How weird is that? Justin Fisher, I'm putting an Amazon order in. Anything you need. I don't think so. You might want to get Steve some cold medication. Get him back on these streams too. Oh, no. Oh, Skinner, no! Oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You didn't need to do that. Oh, Knobloch doesn't. He looks concerned. He has a resting, concerned face. Like that's just his normal face. Like, Knobs, you all right? Yeah, I'm good. Why ask? You know what I mean? He's got that look. Oh, man. Oh, man. Skinner, rough play. It's like the Oilers, too many men. Refs have to call it. Ooh. Pettersson's out there. He ate the Oilers alive this year. And he was talking some big smack before the series, which I respect, by the way. Good for you. I like that confidence. People were really on him in the first round. I don't think it was the whole story. Good face-off win. Back out to Hronek. Vancouver immediately establishes offensive zone presence here. Hronek with a shot. Good little shot. It's deflected. Whoop. Quinn Hughes back, turns it around immediately. And there you go. Pettersson in. Nice little shot on Skinner. Rebounds a little high. Nobody gets it. We got Pettersson along the half board. That's Quinn Hughes. That's passes it off to JT Miller. Oh, it goes off the skate of Pettersson and just past Quinn Hughes. And Edmonton is able to get their PK changed and ready to go. I wonder if Vancouver is going to change as well. Obviously they got the A unit out there, but they also have the box because we're in the second period, it's a long change, right? Just that extra 10 feet to change. And I think, bad giveaway there. Good save by Svilovs. It's been an interesting power play because Vancouver's done a good job in creating opportunities, and you could also argue Edmonton's done a great job in getting a shot themselves. But this is one of these power plays that if they score here, this is going to be one of the things we talk about tomorrow. Not just because it's a goal, but it's like a turning point thing. Kind of like the too many men with Hyman. And here we go. We got a breakaway. Janmark with the wraparound try. Really good play. Yeah. And Quinn Hughes, I think his legs look like they're burning. He's exhausted. Look at him go. He can barely get to the bench. That's what a Warrior does in the playoffs, though. Get him out there. Try to get that second goal. Vancouver was definitely pressing. They just couldn't hold the ozone long enough. Connor Brown's out of the box, serving the penalty. Will L forgot we were on the power play. It looked good for the first 40 seconds. It did. I know that's not necessarily great, but you have to remember I'm grading things on a curve of being a Leaf fan, and our power play has been bad since February. Did we change anything about it? No. Why change? Let's just continue to be bad at it. Not a single power play goal, if I'm mistaken, correct me here, but I don't believe a single power play goal has been scored against the Canucks this playoffs yet, which is amazing. DiGiuseppe. No, he was going to change, and then he can't change. Somebody wasn't ready. Stay out there. You have to think he'll change soon. Yeah, it's past my bedtime. 11:25 in Toronto. 13:35 left on the clock. We're already almost halfway through the second period, kids. Damn. Ostamino. Hi, Adam. Hello, Ostamino. We're going to get an icing here. Unless Ekholm beats it. Nah, it's an icing. Could the Leafs beat the San Jose Sharks in a playoff series? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they could beat them, but the Leafs need to beat good teams. No offense to San Jose, they're rebuilding. Leafs need to learn to beat good teams regularly. Whoever lives in Tennessee right now, are the tornado warnings still on in your area? MKI Sports. I think there was some in Oklahoma today. I saw somebody tweeting about that. How wild is that? Like, that's a regular occurrence. Well, it's tornado season. Occasionally, these crazy swirly gusts of wind come in and they tear up the entire neighborhood, but we choose to live here. This is where we want to be. What a wild thing to be, like, normalized, you know? Imagine the first people that were, like, in Oklahoma. It's like, imagine 1,000 years ago. It's like, how do you explain that? Every once in a while, this gigantic funnel just comes down from the sky and we don't know. We don't know. We tend to stay away. It's not very friendly. Michigan had tornadoes today. Really, Taylor? Interesting. There's 12:30 left in the period. Not a whole lot happening right now. Höglander to Mikheyev. Höglander back around the net from Mikheyev. Pettersson's out there. Not a whole lot going through him right now, which is interesting. I think they want to probably get Garland out there. Haven't been able to make the change, though. Hronek makes a little pay across. Dakota Joshua down deep. Pettersson's going to go off for a change here. Susie keeps it in. Oh, and the Oilers left they just left Joshua open. Just let him walk in. See, this is where Vancouver can take advantage. Oilers fans, you know. There are some chances where you go, damn, I'm not sure what was going on there. Bit of a yard sale. If Chicago put Soderblom in net, they would sweep the Leafs. True. He had 4 or 5 wins this year, and 2 of them came against the Leafs. And what was his save percentage? Like 850 or something? Just pain. Pain and suffering, guys. Pain and suffering. Warrior Want makes a good point. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, why not? How about some likes, guys? Crush the likes. We got, 900 people, 926 people. By the way, thank you so much for watching on a late weeknight. It's nice to have you here. This is fun. Connor McDavid, dare I say 30 minutes into the game, and I don't want to jinx things, been a little quiet tonight. I know that's only 30 minutes in, but have you noticed Connor that much? We'll see if he takes off here. This could be one of his rushes. It's not. Ekholm down deep. Shilovs with a nice little glove. Gets it dead. Oilers are overrated. Terran Boot. Geonosis. I like you, Adam. I like you too. Thank you so much. Is there any chance the Leafs are dumb enough to run it back? Absolutely, John. Listen, more likely than not, if you're a Leafs fan or not, they're a bit of a story right now. More likely than not, they run the whole thing back. Although, feeling like maybe they make a change of coach because that's an easy one. The thing about the players is that you don't know if they're going to waive their no trades, but I think they're going to have legitimate conversations about John Tavares. I think they'll have conversations about Mitch Marner. And I think potentially conversations about some other guys. Natalie gifted 10 memberships. That might be my Natalie. That might be my wife. So if you got to, thanks, honey. If that was you, I think it might be her, although she should be in bed sleeping. But Natalie, thank you for giving that out. So that's my wife's gift to you. From our family to yours. You get a sub and you get a sub. If you had to trade Marner 1-for-1, who would it be? Does it have to be a fair trade? McDavid. There you go. Listen, I think if there's a Marner trade on the way, I think you're taking back salary and you're taking back a really good player and you're taking back a pick. There's going to be 31 teams that want this player. And let me tell you straight. Mitch Marner somewhere else is going to be phenomenal. He's a phenomenal hockey player. He's going to be a phenomenal player. If he goes somewhere else, he'll be a phenomenal player for them. And I bet the next time he hits the playoffs, he's going to absolutely crush it. As much as I hate it, that is the way. It is to be a Leafs fan. And if the Leafs figure out that they are a high-tempo, goal-scoring team, I think Matthews and Marner take way too much time setting up for plays. Dom mentioned it in the article. I've been saying it for weeks. They let the opponent get set up on defense. Okay, you figure your defense out, and then we'll come to you. It's bullshit. Can't do that. You gotta catch them off guard. The Leafs never do that. So my bet is that Marner, wherever he goes, he plays really, really well. And people are saying, "Oh, would you play?" Oh, wow. What's going on here? Ekholm and Joshua. What happened? Oh, his sticks in his ear. When do you ever see that? How did that even happen? How did that happen? Oh, it was on a follow through. So interesting that it's a follow through, but you know that normally that's a high sticking call. It doesn't matter that it's by mistake. It's a high sticking call all day. And Joshua can't take off his helmet. Ekholm wants his stick back. Live in the West. East games start at 4 p.m. Yeah, I know. JW, I know. Yeah. If Sheldon Keefe gets fired, who's going to be his replacement? That's a really good question, guys. By the way, 10:05 left in the second period. I'm not being good on my face-off claps. Am I, producer Hayden? I'm sorry. I think likely it's going to be Berube. And I'll be honest, I have not been a fan of that because I think once St. Louis traded away or got rid of, they didn't trade him away. They refused to sign Pietrangelo because they didn't want to go long-term with him, which was really, 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 really not a great move. I am a big Doug Armstrong guy. I have no idea why he let him go. And I think they thought that they could do defense by committee, and they couldn't. And then, you have Bennington on this big deal. You got to let Ville Husso go because of cap constraints. But you think about that team, he had some weapons at his disposal. Barbashev and O'Reilly and Ochari and, all these great players. Who've gone on to do great things elsewhere. A couple of them in Vegas. And I don't know. I don't think that the Blues ever look the same. And so I'm like, is he a good coach? But I asked somebody who knows, and they actually had some really positive things to say about him. First off, the players like in the case of Rod Brind'Amour, right? The players will run through a wall for this guy. The sense is that Berube is the same. Is that what the Leafs need? There's like a perceived notion that the Leafs need a kick in the ass. I don't know, man. I see them trying. There's been a couple games, obviously, where they're discombobulated and stuff, but I don't know if trying is the issue. And so as long as they can institute a new system and decide what they want the Toronto Maple Leafs to be, are you a high-scoring team? Great. Then you have to be that in the postseason too. You do. You can be tough and high-scoring. The Edmonton Oilers of the 80s were tough and high-scoring. You can be both. But you can't switch your entire play of game every time you go to the playoffs. You can't. Are you doing play-by-play or still beating the Leafs lost to death? Hey, I was asked the question. I don't know. Is there so much? You know what? Here's the update from the Oilers Canucks game. It's 8:47 left in the period, and the shots are tied 12-12, and not a whole lot has happened in the last 3-4 minutes. We're talking like friends here. The whole goal isn't to just do play-by-play. We're also here to chat, all right? We're talking hockey. We're hanging with our budskis, all right? I do want to say that Vancouver's looked so much better in the second period. Maybe they all dunked their head in ice water like Ian Cole. It always does happen. You're adjusting to a new team after playing the same one for 6 games. Edmonton is so vastly different from Nashville too. It's not like Vancouver and LA aren't that similar either, but I think Nashville is a lot different than Vancouver. There's a lot different than the Oilers. Boy, Vancouver keeps doing this. They're gonna tie this game. A lot of squeakers. The fourth line out there. Big fan of these guys. Cody Ceci in deep against Bluger and DiGiuseppe, it looks like. And here we go. Oilers turn it around. Corey Perry. Oh, what a goal! Just when it looked like Vancouver could tie this game, Cody Ceci, who has the accuracy of not great, but he just blasts it past Filov. Wow, what a goal. Baby. Lafferty almost has one here. Oh, boy. Ceci almost put it in his own net, and then he goes down the ice and puts it in Vancouver's net. How hockey. Corey Perry with a great play to enter the zone. and it goes off of Ian Cole. Hold on, when they show that replay again, you're going to see it went off Ian Cole. I think Svilov probably should have had that. We live in a dark timeline when Cody Ceci scores right off of Ian Cole. It was off Ian Cole. Man, Ian Cole's having a night. Oh, Miller right in front of the net alone, and he can't control the puck. Damn. Wow. Hey, we just we're up over 1,000 people. Hey guys, welcome to everybody who's new. Brock Besser, Svilov's what's going on? Yeah, I wouldn't blame that last goal on Svilov. That'd be your boy Ian Cole. He has been on the ice for a couple of goals here that you don't love. You don't love it. He's also the reason they scored, though. Oh no, Zach Hyman. Okay, now they're in his head, and this is where having a veteran goaltender really helps. Artur Svilovs has been really, really good for Vancouver, but they got in his cage early with that early Zach Hyman goal. And Vancouver probably could have tied this game up 2-3 minutes ago. Oh, that's weak. I mean, it's a great goal by Hyman. I don't want to take away from that at all. Doesn't go off the stick of Myers. It's just a little bit of a delay. Watch. So you see, oh yeah. Oh. So Myers knocks Hyman's stick, and maybe it changes the trajectory of the puck, but he doesn't touch the puck. 6:45 left in the second period. Oh boy. Let's see if the Canucks can dig deep here, or if this is going to be kind of like what's happened in both Boston and Florida games. We have a tripping call and Connor Brown. And Connor, it's a tripping call. Knobloch with his resting concerned face. Okay, I don't like that, Connor. Not a big fan. Yeah, that's Connor Brown. That's a tripping call every day, and that's the only way Connor Brown is beating Quinn Hughes to the corner. Quinn Hughes is just too damn fast. Now, if Vancouver scores here, we have a game again. If they do not, we're in trouble. Hey, you're behind the game. Yes, because I'm watching on the Sportsnet app. And the Sportsnet app is always a little behind. And you'll have to ask them why. I have my theories, and I don't like any of the theories. It's not great. Canucks are asleep at the wheel. Where are the Sedins? They could use some scoring right now. D.D. Weiss, that's a super weak call. No, man. They have to call that. It's a 4-1 game. And it's an obvious trip. No, it's not a weak call. It's a stupid penalty. That you bring Connor Brown in and you go, Connor, you can't take penalties like that. Come on, dude. I'm trying to get you some ice time here. Jared, what are you doing when Hyman gets the Conn Smythe? I'm cheering for him. I'm thrilled for him. Absolutely thrilled for him. I think I would be, after the season he's had, the career he's made for himself, how could you be anything but absolutely over the moon excited for that guy? I'd be pumped for him. I'd be pumped. D.D. Weiss, it was not a weak call. Fight me. I'm kidding. Ojo Marin with a hot take. Hear me out. At least go get a mid-range goalie with playoff experience. What about Jack Campbell? I am sure we can trade Marner for this. We might have to throw in a first, though. What do you think, Oilers fans? Do you want us to take Jack Campbell back? Oliver, who cares about Hyman? I care about Zach Hyman. Freaking love Zach Hyman. I love Zach Hyman when he was here. He's a great guy. Good, and by all accounts, a really good human being. If you want to see some insights on Zach Hyman, you should go back and watch. This might be hard if you're an Oilers fan or a Canucks fan, but you should go back and watch the Leafs Amazon doc. By the way, 6:36 left. Power play about to start. I'm going to clap when this thing happens. Here we go. And they drop the puck. Vancouver wins it. Go back, watch the Amazon On Demand series with the camera crews following the Leafs around. Zach Hyman, they're all in isolation because it's freaking COVID, the worst. And Zach, oh, wow, good little steal there. Zach Hyman becomes like a coffee connoisseur, and he gets all into it. He's just a wicked dude. Pettersson, Lindholm. Oh, Edmonton breaks it. See, Edmonton's got an aggressive PK. And if you notice, they're challenging. They're using their skating. They're challenging. Whoa! Vancouver in the neutral zone, but it does leave openings like that for what Lindholm just had. Pettersson along the half board across the ice. Miller's got it now. Pettersson back. They got to get a shot out at the point. Edmonton is really collapsing low, but they got a lot of speed so they can get out there to the defense, get high. Oh, here we go, Pettersson. Oh, you got to put that on the net. That was a great play, great setup. Pettersson again. Oh, no, they blocked and it's off the netting. Man. What are the requirements to get your name on the cup if you aren't playing? The Oilers called up Campbell a little while ago. I think there's something about, so you get a certain amount of choices, like where you can say, well, I can look it up, but you can, what are the requirements to get your name on the Stanley Cup? You do get some choices in there, but it's a player is required to have appeared in at least 41 regular season games to be or one Stanley Cup final game to be eligible to have their name on it. 94 stipulation was added to allow a team to petition the commissioner permission to have a player's name put on the cup if extenuating circumstances prevented them from being available to play. So there you go. I think that's, even though they would have petitioned, I think that's why it's, Stamkos stressed for game 3 or whatever it was years ago in the Stanley Cup, played one shift, scored a goal, got off the ice. That way you don't have to make a petition. Also, that was so freaking badass. That's heart and soul. Oilers kill another penalty. 4:21 left in the second period. Icing. 4:17 is where we're at, by the way. If you want to align the streams. 4:17, we're frozen at that. We're going to get an offensive zone face-off in the Oilers zone. I guess if you're an Oilers fan, it's a defensive zone face-off. Here's the thing. Vancouver could have scored 3 or 4 goals easily in this game. They're getting chances. They're not converting. They're in this. Edmonton, the thing about Edmonton is they're automatic. If you're getting a chance in Edmonton, you're scoring. That's what they're good at. That's the identity. Be the best goal-scoring team, and they are. Warren Fogle in. Blocked by Bluger. Zadorov up the ice. Is this going to be an icing? No, it's one of those perfect shots that just... Oh, it is icing. Kind of looked like Bouchard didn't think it was going to be icing either. Oh, well. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be icing because icings are boring. Easily the most boring part of hockey is icings. Except for like at the end of a game when, one team's pushing. But like, it's just like, oh, okay, we're going to blow the whistle and then we're going to go back to the other zone and then we're going to wait and then they're going to fake drop the puck, which is what they just did. Ha! All right, Evander Kane is into the face-off dot. I'm going to clap, and that will be when the puck drops. Hopefully he doesn't fake drop it again. This drives me nuts. Here we go. He dropped it. Bluger wins the face-off job. Vancouver definitely wants a change here. They got half a line out there. Bluger's still out there. They're trying to get, I think, Lindholm out. Draisaitl went to the locker room. Not really sure why. But as we've seen before, injuries don't hurt Leon Draisaitl. They just make him score more. However, not having him on the ice does give the Canucks a little opportunity here. He might have just gone to the dressing room. He's probably fighting something everybody always is. Garland using that speed, getting down deep, trying to create a turnover on Ceci. And he does. Oh, nice little play up by Joshua there. That was a good play, good forecheck. Joshua with a good hit, too, being a factor. Lindholm. Did that go in off Skinner? I think that went off Skinner's stick. I thought that was, I almost said Joshua scored. I think that's a Lindholm goal. Damn. That was a great Connor Garland. That starts with Connor Garland knowing that Cody Cece's not great in his own zone when he's under pressure, creates the turnover. Then Joshua goes to the other side of the ice, drops a hit, Lindholm, and it goes off a defenseman, I believe, and in. I think that went off Nurse. No, it went off the stick of Skinner. I was right the first time. So, it's the little things, right? And Connor Garland was doing that all series against Nashville. And I've been saying, Vancouver doesn't look out of this game. Not at all. You score in the last 3 minutes. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You want that. You need that. You need that start. You need that start. You go back to the locker room and feel like, yeah, we can do this. But Vancouver cannot let another goal in. You need Sheilofs to shut the door the entire way. You need your defense to make great plays, clean plays out. You can't let another goal in. This is your chance. Oh, it's an icing. Lindholm is a playoff performer. Great trade. He's been very good. And, I think they've been trying to use him a little bit, line match him against McDavid. I mean, he's got a ton of experience playing McDavid, obviously being a Flame for so many years. And when you have two great centermen ahead of him that are offensively so gifted, not that Lindholm isn't, but you can use him for something else and he can score. It's great. It was a great trade. Vancouver made two amazing trades this year. And their best trade is the trade they didn't make. And let me explain. So you got the Lindholm trade, obvious. Zadorov. What did they pay for him? A third and a fifth? What a factor that guy's been. They're getting a lot. He's signing there for a long time. And he's making a lot of money. He's a factor in Vancouver. He's going to be a fan favorite forever. He'd be one of those guys that, wouldn't surprise me if he gets a statue one day. He's just such a beloved person already in Vancouver, and rightfully so. The best trade the Vancouver Canucks didn't make was Connor Garland. At the beginning of the year, they were looking to move him, and they gave his agent permission to talk to other teams, and they did, and they couldn't figure it out because nobody wanted a $3 million cap hit from Connor Garland, and look what he just created. And he was doing that all series in Nashville. Well done. Well done. Oh, man. Miller with a steal to Besser. Ooh, 1:45 left in the second period if you're aligning your TV stream with moi. They're going to do a little commercial break. Ooh, Nurse almost went off him and in. Trevor F, $12. Trevor, you didn't ask a question. But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it, buddy. Got another one. Alex Laffer. Is your name Alex Laffer? All right, Alex. Well, listen, welcome to SDP VIP. By the way, did you guys know that you can rip a VIP membership for just $4.99 a month? Or the full VIP ad-free for $6.99 a month? Just throwing that out there. No Leon Draisaitl on the bench for the Edmonton Oilers right now. I wonder if he just went to the dressing room early to get fixed up on something, and then he'll be back for the third. Not great for the Oilers if he's not out there. Adam, Shaq just got gifted a Zach Hyman jersey from the Edmonton Oilers. Shaq Hyman. Man, TNT does such a great job with their panels. They're so good. They're so good. It's nice to see some personality in the sport, and you can see the momentum growing. Now that the NHL's moved off of, the NBC thing, with ESPN and TNT, you're seeing it finally be a little bit more respected in the States. People are taking interest because you're hanging out here with me. Hockey's a great sport, man. Okay, so I'm going to take a quick... Oh, wait, no. I'm not taking a break yet. This period isn't over. Genosis, SDPN VIP episodes are amazing. The shoebox is my personal favorite, or find out why Adam hates Valentine's Day. Yeah. In Canada, you can rip a subski. You're right. You're absolutely right. You can. Anybody know why this game isn't available on CBC Gem? I think it's not available on CBC Gem because it's not Saturday night, and Sportsnet is owned by a cable company, and they want you to either subscribe to their app or buy a cable package. That would be my guess. Whether that's good or not, I'll leave to you to decide, but that's probably what's going on. Tyler Sandrock. Love the content you and Steve put out. You guys are awesome. Keep it up. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it, buddy. Still miss Doc calling the playoffs despite NBC's various flaws. That man could call a game. Damn. You're so right. Doc was great. Kind of surprised. Well, I guess, everybody wants to have their own staff. Doc was a magician, though. There's some of the guys that do that are so unbelievably talented, and we don't, they're just there, and we kind of see them as the furniture after a while. But damn, it is such a tough gig to call a game play-by-play properly, Besser at the line, carrying it over, back over to Miller. They've been finding each other all game. Suter trying to grab the puck. Edmonton looks like they're icing. That's an icing. Yeah. Yeah. I'm seeing more and more people say we're not seeing Draisaitl on the bench. He's been on for a while. Don't know. The broadcast hasn't even mentioned what happened with Draisaitl. Don't know. Momo Foff. What favorite current Canuck? Quinn Hughes. He's awesome. He's amazing to watch. Favorite, if I could give you my favorite, hipster pick, I kind of like, I guess I like the whole line, but I like the Di Giuseppe, Bluger, Lafferty line. But if I'm going to pick one guy, Connor Garland. I like Connor Garland a lot. Trevor F. True story about Hyman and Nuge. This year, middle of winter in Edmonton, these teens are stranded in a ditch after a storm. Car rolls up, and it's Hyman and Nuge, and they push the guys back onto the road. Not surprising. I don't know much about Nuge. I do know that Zach Hyman is the freaking bomb. He's the man. Okay, so we got 20 seconds left in the second period. 4-2 Edmonton. However, we have a Vancouver goal, and they got to be feeling somewhat good going into the second intermission here. Let's see. Hopefully in the intermission, too, we get a sense of what happened to Draisaitl. It's weird. Connor Garland, favorite Canuck player. Yeah, he's wicked. Connor rules. Okay, so that is the end of the second period already, kids. It's 11:54 Eastern Standard Time. It's almost tomorrow. Almost tomorrow. All right, now here's what I need to know. I need to know from you guys what's going to happen in the third period. I need your third period predictions right now. Vancouver tie this up. What's the goal scoring now? There's a lot of people that were actually saying 5-4 Edmonton and 5-4 Vancouver. That actually looks like a pretty reasonable score right now, don't you think? Leon had 10-second shift and left. Oh boy. That is a wrinkle. I predict Vancouver scores another 0.6 goals. Thank you, not John. Thank you, not Dom Lecision. That's Joran. Brock Besser, no love for me. Oh, Brock Besser rules, but that's not. I'm making a hipster pick. Brock Besser's too obvious. Oilers 7-3, 6-3 Edmonton, 5-4 Vancouver in triple OT. MKI, if it goes to triple overtime, you're going to see me. You know what? I would be hype. I'd be hype. I would. But producer Hayden might fall asleep. Let's not kill producer Hayden. Remember, we're in the Eastern time zone here. All right? Let's wrap this game up nice and clean. Now, I'm going to leave you for a few minutes, and I'm going to leave you with Agent Provocateur with myself and Alan Walsh. And we're doing this sort of in honor of a great episode from today. Alan recorded the episode with me. Actually, it was yesterday that we recorded it. He recorded it with me and then immediately got on a plane and went to Vancouver. So I think you're going to love this one. This episode is phenomenal. Check out this clip. I'll see you in 5-6 minutes. I'm just going to go grab a coffee.
So what's going to happen with this press conference on Friday? I said meeting. I did mean meeting. I meant press conference.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's definitely a break from the Leafs' normal routine. Every team handles end of season a little differently. the Leafs typically, in my time, which is 15 plus years of doing these things, have done it all in one day. That being their players speaking, their head coach speaking, and then whichever members of management speak. I think partially, quite honestly, it's because this market is pretty loud as it is, and the more you delay it, the more you kind of open the conversation in the marketplace to be still being had. But the truth is, by having management go on Friday, you do allow a little bit of time for the dust to settle. You certainly allow for some decisions to be made, or a path to be charted to some degree, from the break at the end of the season. So it's a little bit maybe less of an emotional press conference and more of a, here's where we're at. This is how we enter the off season. This is what we're thinking. And specifically in this case, I do think that there's a decision still being deliberated about the future of head coach Sheldon Keefe. And, it's not a slam dunk that it's going to go either way. I don't even want to handicap it or put percentages or anything like that on it. But, the fact remains that as we record here on a Tuesday morning, 2 days after the end of the season, two and a bit, it's not certain that Sheldon Keefe will be back. It's not certain that they're going to fire him. And so, I think that the other notable part is there's been some speculation in Toronto specifically about the future of President Brendan Shanahan. The organization has brought in a new president above him, in Keith Pelly in the last month. And the fact that Pelly, Shanahan, and Brad Treliving, the Leafs GM, will be at the Friday morning press conference, I think is a pretty good sign that Shanahan's in the clear, that he will be back. But, they're going to have to answer something has to change, right? I mean, they have been the kings of run it back. I don't think you can run it all back again. I've thought before now in prior seasons, it was probably the time to move off this idea of a core four, not because any of those players individually are bad or anything like that. I just think there's too much of a price to be paid in a hard salary cap league to spend that much money on four forwards. It's not like, I have no doubt if they choose to move on from one or more of those players, that those players will go on and have success somewhere else. That's not how the conversation should be framed. I don't think this is about running somebody out of town. I don't think it's, trying to say that, you can't win with player X. I just don't think you can win with player A, B, C, D, and E. If you want to even go to Morgan Riley, like, spending that much on the top of your roster just does not leave enough to go to the bottom. And so I think a hard decision needs to be made. So that's a long way of saying the first shoe to drop for me is Sheldon Keefe either being confirmed as the coach that stays on, or, perhaps being fired. Then we get Friday's press conference. I would assume that will happen either in conjunction with that press conference or before it. And then we get into the offseason. And obviously, I think it will be kind of an interesting one in Toronto, because the five players I just mentioned, management might even reach the conclusion one or more of them have to go. They all have no movement clauses. So there is a world where the Leafs management actually wants to shake things up at the top of the roster and isn't able to do so. And so those are the answers we're looking for Friday. How do they proceed? How do they view this? How can they try to have it be a different outcome next spring than what we've seen the last 8 springs?
I still think the move is to move on from Sheldon Keefe. I believe I've had that opinion from last season, but do you get that sense they're leaning either way when it comes to his future?
I think the feeling seems to be that there's not a clear upgrade on him out there, which it's not the same thing, right? I mean, we've seen 17 coaches fired in the last 13 months. Rick Bowness, I'm sure we'll get to him a little bit later, but he retired from Winnipeg. So there's been 18. He's the 18th coach that has left his post in the last, more than half of the league has turned over its coach in the last year is basically what I'm getting at. Yep. And so clearly that's a trend in the league, that when you are trying to make a change, a significant change, that is the change you can make most often at a time when I think it's harder to move on from players. So many no movement clauses out there, so many big contracts that are difficult to trade. And so I do think that is a very distinct possibility, that even in a world where, they're not looking around saying, okay, there's like 5 coaches that are clearly better than Sheldon Keefe out there, we have to make this change. I don't think that's actually I think that's what's making it difficult, is there's an internal view that Sheldon Keefe had a good season. The Leafs played a meaningful amount of games with their third goaltender in this regular season. They were missing significant chunks of their blue line. Even in the playoffs, they played 3 games
Yo, yo. Oh, I'm here. I'm here. Hey, sorry. I sorry for the never-ending countdown loop. I was making a coffee and our coffee machine was slow. So that's really what happened. I'm still here. We're still hanging out. We got 20 minutes left or more. Or more. We'll see. Damn. I'm actually, you know what? I'll be honest with you. I'm fading a little bit. Got this coffee and I want to drink it. But what I did was I like a hot coffee and I microwaved it a little too much. And I want to burn my tongue. So I'm sitting here. I can smell it. It's a nice hazelnut flavor. Can't drink it. Blame the coffee machine. Chat. Yeah. Well, Michael, history. Vancouver in 5. Trust me, I'm from the future. Dob, bingo. All right, Dob, we'll trust you. Did Adam screw it and say screw it and go to bed? No, guys, I'm here. I'm here. Trade coffee machine to CBJ for picks. No, it wouldn't be slow. Yeah, what happened to the Walsh interview? Yeah, okay, well, listen. I introed the wrong clip. It's not Hayden's fault. It's mine. We were supposed to run the CJ clip in the first intermission, and then we were going to run the AP clip in the second intermission. What I did was I screwed it up, and then Hayden had to run them in the opposite order, and then I screwed it up again by thinking that it was AP again. And we have another clip ready in case this does go to overtime, so you can check it out. So yeah, it's there. We're here. Oilers in quadruple overtime, in 5 overtime. Damn, dude. Meme Express, do you want to sleep? Eventually, I'd like to sleep. But, I'll be honest with you. I'm the kind of person that no matter what, if I've had coffee or some people drink like Diet Coke or whatever it is that you like Red Bull, I can still crash out. I'm one of those instant sleepers. You know how they have to teach people in the military? It's like, oh, do these 5 things and you can be asleep in a minute. Yeah. Hey, Adam, I just noticed, are you getting a tan? I don't think I'm getting a tan, although it has been sunny the last few days, and Daddy's been on a bit of a walking spree, because it's the playoffs and things are a bit crazy. But it looked like in the first period, if anybody's been watching since then, and I know a lot of you have, that I was a ghost. I was a spooky ghost, and it's because the lights were up too loud or too high. Yeah. MKI, I don't sleep until 3 or 4 a.m. Adam, are you broadcasting from your basement? No, this is these 2 crotches are, that's my crotch and that's Jesse's crotch. And Steve's crotch is over there. We actually have a mural of us as Mortal Kombat characters because we're adults. And that's what you do when you run a business. You put Mortal Kombat characters on the walls. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Takedown Legend. This is my crotch. Pretty good, right? Pretty good? Yeah. Big crotch. Now, Jesse has his covered. What's he hiding? That's for your imagination. Okay? For your imagination only. Damn, Toronto's PWHL team has more playoff success than their NHL team. Dude, that PWHL team, I'm eating mega crow with that team. I thought they'd be okay, but I didn't think they'd be that good. They're amazing. Natalie Spooner is just an absolute monster out there. By the way, I don't think you could find a better salesperson, a better person, not just salesperson, because that feels like it's cheap, like a better idol for young kids than Natalie Spooner for the PWHL. I've known her for years because you just like run into people in hockey. And she's been awesome since the get. And, this is a woman who just had a kid like a year ago. She's got like a kid that's a year old. And she's coming back and scoring big goals the way she has. Like, if you were to average her scoring out over, I said this earlier, but if you were to average her scoring out over an NHL season, that's 68 goals in 82 games. 20 goals in 24 games, and then was just unstoppable tonight. It's awesome. It's awesome. Sierra Marlowe, I keep reaching for my cozy blanket, but I will be out like a light if I do. Yeah, if you're on the couch right now or you're watching on TV in any place other than your bedroom, How many times have you woken up at 4 a.m. in a weird position and your neck's on fire because you didn't fall asleep properly watching a show or watching a game? Those are the worst. Then you have to get up and you're like, oh, I got to drink some water and I got to pee and then I got to get back to bed. It's the worst. It's terrible. Terrible. Adam, who are you cheering for? Panthers or Bruins, or screw them both? I hope they tear each other apart over 7 games. Here's what I'm cheering for. I'm cheering for the sheer entertainment. And we got that tonight. We got entertainment. We got hatred. Listen, if the Leafs are going to have to be out, the Leafs have to make some changes, man. But if the Leafs have to be out, and they do, I'm cheering for entertaining playoff hockey. Like, I grew up, when I grew up, you couldn't watch every hockey game. Like, you couldn't watch every playoff game. The West Coast games were somewhat available, but like only on Saturday nights and whatever. Now that every game is available to everybody, it's like, it's so special. And you just realize that like I can only watch so many games at a time. And I don't know. I really just cheer for really great, awesome playoff series. Like tonight, unless you're an Oilers fan, everybody else is cheering for a comeback. Everybody else wants that. And the reason for that is because it makes for a better story. It's going to be exciting. Yeah, I don't know. Timberwolves feasting on the Denver Nuggets tonight from Rob. Oh, the Denver Chicken Nuggets. LOL. Adam is a member of the Sleepy Crew. I am. I got to drink this coffee. It's still too hot. The coffee is hot, baby. Like burn your tongue hot. More in sports. Sup, Adam? Sup, more in sports. From Leif, could you possibly get Joey Decord on as a special guest for Nailing the Apex? He's the resident F1 reporter for the Seattle Kraken. Is he? Oh, that's sick. I didn't know that. Dude, I'd love that. One quick fact about Thermopylae. Man. I mean, what would I know that nobody else that is not... I'm letting you down. I should be better than this. All right, here. Came here. And remember to I'm going to clap. There we go. Face off. Edmonton wins it. Vancouver almost gains possession. Bouchard. Here we go. We got Zach Hyman out there. That puck is deflected high off of Susie's stick. How do you take your coffee? I do oat milk, but I like it unsweetened. I try not to have any sugar in my coffee. I never have liked sugar in my coffee, so I don't put sugar in my coffee. I don't put sweetener in it. Sometimes people get you oat milk and it's like vanilla, but it's got some sugar in it. It's not my favorite, but whatever. That's what I do. And if there's no oat milk available, then it's like lactose-free milk or cream. Because all of a sudden in my mid-30s, I developed this extremely sensitive stomach, and it does not like dairy. I can eat cheese, but I can't eat, and I don't mean like in a gross way. I mean like it's like my stomach's on fire. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden it was like, yeah, no, don't like that anymore, and I'm gonna let you know, and it's gonna suck. Brock Besser, I'm clutching this with 2 to go. I'm clutching this. Maybe I'm just sleepy, but I don't know what you mean. Brock Besser in the chat. Listen, Brock Besser, I think he's due for a goal generally. Let's see if Vancouver can come out with the start that they had at the beginning of the second period when they probably should have tied up the game. Vancouver has won 24 faceoffs, Edmonton 14. Damn. Benjamin Johnson, you mean spicy cereal? Yeah, dude. What happened? You're just... It makes you sound old, but like you reach a point and your stomach's like, yeah, I don't like that anymore. And I'm not going to like gently tell you. I'm not going to be polite about it. I'm going to say, I hate you, and you're going to pay for it for the whole day. There's been times where I've been doing SDP and I've just been in agony. And so I'm really careful about what I eat. And I'm working on getting healthier because of it, because I can't eat crap. very much. It's really, really painful. So, yeah. Andrew, I'm a black coffee guy. You know who likes their coffee black is Jesse Blake. He is a Spartan coffee drinker. Just nothing in it. I don't care what it tastes like. Lactate for the win. Thank you, Alyssa. Nucks have dominated scoring chances. Oilers won't win the series unless they adapt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but remember, Vancouver's got to convert. And by the way, they did convert against Nashville. It's not like they can't. And I would argue that they had a harder goaltender test in Nashville with less shots on the net. They couldn't get any shots on Saros. I would say, generally speaking, Saros is a better goalie than Skinner. I don't think that's a hot take. So Vancouver has missed a fair few shots today. Like, they've been really close right there with a couple of rebounds. Ian Cole had a shot, a really good open look, but he fired it too high earlier in the first. They can make this happen. This is going to be a good one. Tamzil, I want my big sugar and cream. I knew somebody once who was trying to stop drinking a double-double at Tim Hortons. So he's like, yeah, I gotta stop drinking sugar. Gotta stop drinking sugar. It's not good for the health. Not good for the ticker, man. It's okay. So his solution was to get a large coffee at Tim's. That was his order every morning. Large coffee, 5 creams. 5 creams. And that Tim Hortons cream, I don't know what they put in that, but that stuff is the best. Forget Starbucks or forget anybody else. Tim Hortons cream is straight up the best cream on the market for takeout coffee. It's the best. 5 of them, though? It's like a milkshake at that point. Paul Grimmer, Edmonton calls and offers Leafs McDavid for the core 4 straight up. How fast do you return the call? Man. Oh, man. Best player in the world, Toronto guy. I think you don't do that. I think it would take you a few years to... Do you not do that? Oh, part of me's like, maybe. Who can you sign in free agency when they do that, though? Right? Is it a good free agent class or is it this year's class, which is okay? But, like, are you going to sign Carter Verhaeghe to play with him? Not that that's bad. Carter Verhaeghe's a very good player, but he's not William Nylander. He's not Robin to Austin Matthews Batman. And also, I don't ever want to see Austin Matthews wear another jersey. I don't care what they have to do to keep him here. I don't ever want to see him wear another jersey in his entire career. Ever. Give me a caffeinated milkshake like you wouldn't drink a caffeinated milkshake. I would drink a caffeinated milkshake. Those are called ice caps. Yeah. Tim Hortons cream definitely has sugar in it, but I'd like not to think about it. Robert, is that true? I feel like it does. Tim Hortons cream is ridiculous. It's so good. Tara Vinan's a solid free agent. Yeah, but again, we're talking about McDavid is an elite player. Every elite player needs another elite player to play with. If you look at any elite player that's had mega success in the NHL, we can go through them. Gretzky, Curry, Messier, Paul Coffey, like all that. Those teams were crazy good. Mario Lemieux in the early 90s. Ron Francis, Jaromir Jagr. Like, you need players to play with. So no, I wouldn't do the core 4 for McDavid unless I knew that I could get somebody who could stick on McDavid's level. It can't just be McDavid. Otherwise, he gets ISO'd in the playoffs. He's not Superman. And the Leafs end up in the spot that they're in again. Ice cap equals a 3x3 large coffee. 3 creams, 3 sugars. Yeah. Whenever you have an ice cap, you're like, this is clearly full of sugar. There's very little coffee going on in here. They're really good, though. They're like a once-a-year thing for me. Or I'll take a sip of somebody else's. The other thing with ice caps, I really like them. But I wish there was, like, more of it. Right? You get through it really quickly. Or maybe that's just me. Sid and Gino, thank you, Depression. Depression. Haha, that's a good name, Sean. Brian Trottier on the Penguins. And hey, Brian Trottier on the Islanders too. Mike Bossy. Denny Potvin. Like crazy players. All Hall of Famers. People forget about Mike Bossy, by the way. Look up that guy's stats. If he'd played 20 years, if he'd played through the 90s, that guy is the NHL leader in goals. Forget Gretzky. Bossy was he was such a crazy goal scorer. And that's all he did. Make that an ice cap with chocolate milk. Oh my God. I've never had one of those. I don't even drink ice caps as coffee. They're a dessert drink. Yeah. It's like getting an ice cream. Caffeinated ice cream. Dairy Queen ice cappuccino is good. Damn. 14:37 left in the third period. We're still waiting on a Canucks goal here. I feel like there's going to be one, and then we're going to have a real game here. Lindholm. Oh! Good shot. This Lindholm line's had a good game. Joshua's already got a goal. Lindholm's got a goal. Waiting on Garland to get one. I really like this line. And you know what? They've been playing stiff competition too. Not that they can't handle it, but that was a good shift. And you know what? The Vancouver fans agree with me. They're cheering for them. Yeah, they've been spectacular. Really like them. You know what? I also like Pettersson's play. Low key. He's been much, much better. I think he likes open ice. I don't think Vancouver... Oh! Quinn Hughes almost caught Skinner sleeping a little bit there. Skinner was down. You see how high up he had to get his blocker? Missed the net, but he wasn't ready for that one. I'll skip a coffee for a Van City goal. Well, Steven, if you can do it, why are you begging for the Canucks that hard? I think I'm begging because I want a close game. You know? And listen, I followed the Canucks through the first round too. That was my series. So I know the Canucks quite well at this point. But it's not that I'm cheering against the Oilers. I'm cheering for a 7-game. We got to have one game go to double overtime, right? Like, I want something like that. I want excitement now. I'm not cheering for anyone. I'm not cheering against anyone. I'm just enjoying this. I'm cheering for entertainment value. And my good friend Alan Walsh, who's at this game, is cheering for hockey-related revenue, which means lots of games. LMAO, are you smoking crack? Pettersson good? I didn't even realize he was playing well, Jaden. I'm not smoking crack. I'm drinking coffee. Okay? I've never been on the crack. But I will say, I watched Pettersson play the first 6 games against Nashville, and he's looked better tonight than he ever did against Nashville. You know who else has been quiet tonight? Connor McDavid. Just had a little shot there. Maybe changes that right now. Oh, Seaweed Man from the point. McDavid in Gretzky's office tries to get it out. No shot. Besser dumps it in. Pettersson to chase. There's Seaweed Man getting it out again. After the last Van series, we were cheering for goals. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, we're cheering for goals. I think we have more goals now than we had in the first 2 games in that Van series. It was ridiculous. You know what? I'm not just cheering for straight up goals. I just want some scoring chances that make you go, ah! Or where you get an opportunity where it's like, shoot! Give me some of that. There was none of that. There were no fights. There was nothing in that series. Justin Mercado, I'm cheering for overtime. Justin, is that because you want me to keel over and fall asleep? Do you want me to die, Justin? Is that what you want? Is that what you want for us? Oh, Zadorov to the box. Okay, so a little cross-check on Leon. A second cross-check. Leon hacks him back. Leon doesn't get the penalty. Ooh, did I see the pass to Tkachuk fight? Yes, I did, Matthew Crocker, and it was spectacular. And you know what I love about that fight? I love that fight because Pasternak and Tkachuk were arguing while talking to the refs. Like they were talking to the refs about a disputed call. They're both wearing a letter. Tkachuk says something to Pasta. Pasta's like, yo, dude, screw you. And Matthew's like, oh, you don't like it? Go me then. So Pasta gets off the ice. Tkachuk gets off the ice. Pasta talks to Jim Montgomery, and he's like, I want to fight him. And Jim's like, go for it. 6'1", who cares? And listen, Tkachuk beat him. But I still think if you're a Bruin, you're probably respecting what Pasta did. You don't want him to do it again. That's his one fight. Witherspoon, get in there. Marchand, get in there. None of these guys. You do not want Pasta fighting any more than one time this series. But it is good to see for the Bruins that your best, most skilled, biggest threat is willing to take a chance and get in there. And I also think you look at where the game was. It's not like they were going to tie it up. There was like 5 minutes left. It was a delicious fight. Anthony Pertuni, bagel belt from Tim Hortons. I've never had one. Is it really good? I really love their why can't I think of it? Everything bagels. Oh, delicious. Kyle Grant, Marchand fight. Well, Marchand's not going to fight. You're right, Kyle. Marchand's going to get in there. He might lick you. He might jab you in the ribs. He's not going to fight, but you can't let Pasta be the fighter. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Who scored for the Canucks? My buddy has a parlay on a Brock Besser goal, CW. Well, Brock Besser has not scored. There's been some chances. He's out on the ice right now. Oh, no, he's not on the ice right now. They're PKing. Yeah. So Knives is scarier than Tkachuk. Pasta didn't want anything in Knives. I think the difference is Knives is not a good trade for Pastrnak. Meaning, if you're David Pastrnak and you fight a guy who is not as good as you are and not as much as a factor as you are, it's a bad trade because you get booted and they got a 10-minute misconduct, both of them. Tkachuk is on par with Pasta. Both very important players to their teams. I know they're not exactly the same. Oh, here we go. But it's a good trade-off. Star player versus star player. Whereas Nyes is, right now, he's on his way up. He's a great playoff guy. But right now, Nyes is a third-line winger. Pasta is a first-line absolute stud all-star. You can see why in a playoff game, in a regular season, maybe you go, playoff game? They're not going to do that. Tkachuk got wrecked by Cassian a few years ago. He did. And I think Tkachuk and Drew Doughty used to have good battles when Tkachuk was in Calgary. Really good. It was kind of fun to watch from afar. But look at those guys tearing each other's head off. Tkachuk is afraid of Evander Kane. Well, maybe they'll meet in the finals. We can find out for real. If Nyes is a top-line winger consistently, would he go him? No, because Nyes, it's more than just, okay, so for instance, let me give you an example. So on the Vancouver Canucks, Pius Suter is a top-line winger. Is Pius Suter an all-star? Not yet. Will he ever be? I don't know. But probably not, right? There's probably 5-6 guys on this team that are better than him. So he's a top-line winger. But Matthew Nyes could be an all-star one day easily for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, what a goal! JT Miller with the tip, and that is a nice pass from Besser. Whoever needed that Besser parlay, damn, too bad he didn't score on that one. But a hell of an assist. Wow, there's your first line in action. See, this is the difference, right? These are the all-stars versus, Anyway, my point is, damn, this is a good one. So Nuge put one off the post. All right, what happens here? Oh, I love them. I love where Miller's... What a redirection that is. That was amazing. Wow. Skinner didn't even have a chance to hug the post. That is a great goal. Besser, Miller, what a combo. This game is... We got a game, folks. We got a game. Oilers fans, we feeling a little nervous? Are we feeling a little nervous? Crowd's back in. 10 minutes to go. Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun, guys. Woohoo! Let's get going, baby. Throw me a like, by the way, if you can. Throw me a little like. Drop a little likey poo. That's right. I called it a likey poo. Let's see if they can get this tied up, though. Vancouver. So Edmonton was out shooting Vancouver at one point, something like 12-6. I think it was after the first period. And they've had 2 shots since then. Edmonton has 14 total shots. I think they've had 2, if I'm not mistaken, 2 or 3 between the end of the first period and right now. That's 30 minutes of hockey. That's wild. That's Vancouver playing stingy neutral zone coverage. They haven't allowed Edmonton to get set up at all. McDavid and Draisaitl, well, Draisaitl's been off. The thinking is he might be injured, which is why Zadorov was dropping the lumber on him, doing the cross checks and stuff. McDavid, quiet night for McDavid. If McDavid isn't making noise, it's a quiet night. You expect that guy to score basically all the time. I think that Vancouver's looking ascendant here. I don't know. What are you guys feeling? We feeling like this is going to happen? Adam, did you vote for the first round of the Utah team names? I actually have that in my prep. You guys want to go through them quickly? So the Utah team names, I'm actually going to vote on this too, are better than I would have thought. It looks like they're going to wear just Utah on their jerseys next year because you got to get the jerseys designed now and get them in so that Fanatics and is it Nike or Adidas? I don't know who's making the pro jersey. They're the ones that they need to know now so they can start the designs and get them printed and ready for sale next year. They probably actually want to start selling them in the off season, like sell them in July and August, right? They'll probably do some sort of jersey reveal at the draft too, which will be cool. But Utah Venom, Utah Ice, Utah Freeze, Utah Fury, Utah Blizzard, Utah Blast, Utah Mountaineers, Utah Caribou, Utah Frost, Utah Outlaws, Utah Canyons, Utah Mammoth, Utah HC, Utah Glaciers, Utah Squall, Utah Powder, Utah Hive, Utah Yeti. Avalanche fans are going to hate that because that's their third jersey. Utah Swarm, Utah Black Diamonds. I like the ski references. Okay, Utah Venom. Like, listen, I don't know what's venomous in Utah. Probably nothing, right? Do you have a venomous snake in Utah? Anybody in Utah on the chat? But I will say that I like the name Venom. At some point, somebody's got to use that. I like the Caribou. Shoot me. I love the Utah Outlaws. I'm not sure what's outlaw about Utah, but Utah Frost is pretty cool. Utah Mammoth I like a lot because I'm thinking you got to think too mascot, right? Big power play for the Oilers here. Oh, baby. This is the time. This is the Oilers' time to tie it up. Edmonton's PK has been unbelievable in the postseason. I don't think they've let in a goal. And this is the time to end that streak. Vancouver needs to get a goal here. This will be pivotal. Then you don't have to pull the goalie at the end of the period. It's 5-on-5 the rest of the way. We might even get overtime. Miller with a shot. Off the blocker. Handled pretty well by Stuart Skinner. And it is out. Good 40 seconds of sustained play there. Not a lot of opportunities, though. And to be honest with you, Edmonton's not giving Vancouver an inch. They are all over them. They're skating. Okay, kicks it out to the point. Pettersson at the point. There's Quinn Hughes back to Pettersson. Doesn't go to Pettersson. Here we go. Open shot. Ooh, good glove stop by Skinner there. Lindholm already has a goal tonight. Looking for another one. I'm going to look at the... Damn, baby. This chat's going good. Oh, so those the Mojave rattlesnake in Utah. Okay. What about the Utah Wildcats? Utah Rough Riders. Utah Storm. Okay, you know what? Forget making a good name for the Utah team. Let's make the most generic name you can in sports. Utah what? That's why I said Wildcats. Utah Wildcats. Vancouver needs to shoot here. Oh. Boy, 38 seconds left on this. Quinn Hughes with a quick turnaround, as he do. But look, Edmonton clogs him up. There was 3 guys waiting for him and a 4th guy trailing him, harassing him, getting all over his stick. Perfect power play zone entry stoppage there by the Edmonton Oilers. Really, really well done. Lindholm open, or that's Joshua open in front of the net there, had they been able to see him. Patterson is going to stop that puck, maintain possession. Miller. Damn. Hats off to the Oilers there. That was a big kill. And they made it look real good. They didn't give an inch. Not a single inch. Utah Jets, Utah Canadians, Utah country or county. Utah Mountain Men, Utah Puck. Like I said, Vancouver cannot let in another goal. If they let in another goal, I think this game's over. Could be wrong. But they have dug deep. Hang in there. There we go. That's a puck. We're throwing the puck. I'm surprised they didn't call him on that. It looked like he grabbed it. Can't put your arm around it. What if they follow the way of Washington's NFL team this year? Utah hockey team. Yeah, Utah HC is a thing. I don't like it. I like names. I like descriptive names. Like Edmonton Oilers make sense. Calgary Flames, well, Atlanta Flames didn't even make sense, to be honest with you, and they just kept the name. But Flames are cool, right? Winnipeg. I don't even know why they're called the Jets. Is there an air base there? I have no idea. Probably something in the 70s. But Jets are cool. I want Utah to pick something cool. That's why Utah Venom would be sick. Oh, what a goal! They tie the game! Vancouver, Nikita Zadorov with a 94.3 km/h slap shot. Oh, baby, we got a tie game with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left. What a game this has turned out to be. We thought Edmonton was running away with it. Edmonton has had three max shots since the end of the first period. 3 shots. They've had some scoring chances. 3 shots that actually got through. Zadorov with an absolute cannon. Bang. Wow. I don't know if Stuart Skinner didn't see that. Doesn't tip against anybody. Desharnais in the way, though. I could see maybe that, Desharnais a big body. Damn. What a factor Zadorov has been. How did they get him for that? How is that possible? Oh, that makes me mad. As a Leaf fan, it makes me a little mad. They paid basically the same price for Zadorov as we paid for Edmondson. Not that I didn't like Edmondson, but look at Zadorov. This guy's a monster. Wow, that was great. What a great shot. 6 minutes left in the third. We got a game here, ladies and gentlemen. We might have, dare I say it? Overtime. And as I told you, Vancouver can't let in another goal. They got to tie the game. They have tied the game. They have done a pretty good job, as good a job as any team I've seen, neutralizing Edmonton's offense. And look, they might get a break here too. Garland scores! Connor Garland! Oh my God! Connor Garland with a crazy goal! How did that go in? Connor Garland puts the Vancouver Canucks up 5-4 with 5 minutes and 34 seconds left. The building is going crazy. It was 4-1. It was 4-1. It's not anymore, though. 5-4 Vancouver. This is a crazy game. I just got goosebumps. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. That was wild. So Zadorov is a factor again. He sets this whole play up. Nice pass by Dakota Joshua. Garland, how did he do that? So the fake shot, but he had that's a tough angle. He's a right-handed player on the right side deep. Garland was threatening all series against Nashville. I thought he had a really great series. He actually, earlier in this game, I don't know if you saw that, he made a play that directly led to the Dakota Joshua goal that kicked off Vancouver's goals when it was only, I think it was 2-0 Edmonton at that point. He forechecked hard, created the turnover. Joshua scores. Lindholm has a goal. That entire line has a goal. Lindholm, Garland, Joshua, and nothing Nothing from Draisaitl and McDavid. Now we think Draisaitl might be injured. He did leave the bench in the second period. We don't know what it is. Probably never gonna know. Not until if the Oilers ever get eliminated. But they've not been there in the same way tonight. They just haven't been. Vancouver has played really stingy neutral zone hockey. They really have. There's Quinn Hughes. Now, here's the question. Can Edmonton tie it? We're rooting for crazy. Can Edmonton tie this game? Can they? I know they can. Oh, man. This is a great... I almost swore. I'm going to try not to swear too much, but damn, don't the playoffs rule? Damn. This is great. Now, this does mean producer Hayden and I might be up late, but don't you worry. We actually saved a clip for you, so we do have a clip, and I'll introduce it properly if we go to overtime here. We'll see what happens. This is going to be a heck of a story. Vancouver wins this game. It's going to be a heck of a story if Edmonton does not tie this game. You're going to see the Oilers cheat offense heavy now. It's going to come down to feel-offs, and that's Edmonton's first shot in a while that Evander Kane just had here. What the Vancouver Canucks need to do here, what the Oilers need to do is they need to go full offense. Forget defense, it doesn't matter. And no team can do offense like the Edmonton Oilers. What Vancouver needs to do is continue playing the game they've been playing. Challenge the neutral zone. They've been playing. Wow, look at that celly from Garland. Oh, he felt that. I want to see how Edmonton handles this because, outside of that one game in LA, this is the first real oh shit moment for them. Really. They haven't oh shat themselves all playoffs. You know what I'm saying? This will be a real challenge. Vancouver just had to dig deep. They were down 4-1. They clawed back. Can the Edmonton Oilers, who have lost the lead somehow, some way, figure out a way to get this game tied, push it to OT? Man, this is crazy. I'm just looking something up here. Yeah. Wow. How are we doing in the chat, everybody? Are we having a good time? Yeah, Draisaitl looks... Jay Thompson, Draisaitl looks broken. Yeah, he doesn't look good. It's almost one of those situations where you kind of wonder, it's like, if it's that bad, do you hold him out for a game or two and just see if you can manage it and get it a little better and get a different body in the lineup, deploy differently, get McDavid some more looks. The guys that did score for them tonight, I mean, outside of Cody Ceci, are guys that you would expect to score. Hyman getting the first goal, that sort of thing. This is a crazy... I can't believe this comeback, man. I can't believe this comeback. This is awesome. And this is why the playoffs rule so freaking hard. It's amazing. So I'm just going into Game Center here. Let's recap this game a little bit. Hyman, Ekholm, Cody Ceci, Hyman. Zach Hyman has 9 goals already in the playoffs. 9. Zach Hyman has 9 goals. 9 goals. 9 goals. If there are any Leaf fans in the chat, Zach Hyman, 9 goals. This is his 6th game. Edmonton's down. Sure, he'd like to get a third, but damn. Draisaitl does not look good. He's looking rough. And that's not great for Edmonton. They have not been able to get much going. It's a leg. Is it a leg thing? Is it an ankle thing? Is that a dull blade? What is wrong with him? I wonder. Do you guys have any idea in the chat? You know how he hurt himself? Oh, baby. Val Nichushkin has 8 for the Avs. Yeah, boy. The Leafs have got a lot of work to do. I think it comes down to a lot of deployment issues. Damn, dude. So Oilers this is going to be an all offense 3 minutes. I hope I hope you have nails, Vancouver Canucks fans, because you're about to bite them all off. You might have to go to the nail salon tomorrow, get some fakes put on, get them painted, get that clear coat on it, get that protection. How do I know about this? Because I go for petties with my wife. Oh! They said Blade on the broadcast about Draisaitl. Yeah, but I still think he's hurt too, right? He doesn't look right. Sean Beaupre, 3-goal lead, the most dangerous lead in hockey. Damn, you're right. You're damn right, Sean. Don Beaton thinks it's Draisaitl's back, which I don't know how many of you have ever dealt with severe back pain. Sucks. Oh, yeah. Draisaitl, like, I know he's got a dull blade there, but, like, look at the way he's skating. That doesn't look like a guy who's comfortable. Now, we watched him against the Flames on one ankle just terrorize them a couple years ago. And Edmonton has pulled the goalie. Stuart Skinner is out. Knobloch looking concerned, but that's his resting concerned face. He always kind of looks a little concerned. Greg McMillan, Leaf fan here. Yes, we miss Hyman big time. Of course we do. Also, we didn't know he was this, did we, Greg? Nobody knew. And good for him. It's amazing. Here we go. 6-on-5. 2 minutes to go. Exactly 2 minutes right now if you're aligning streams with me. This is big, guys. Draisaitl on the half board. Oh, that looked ugly. Looked dangerous. That went right through the pads. Here's what Vancouver needs to, if they're going to compete with Edmonton here, they've got to get on the Edmonton skaters. You got to be aggressive as if you're on the PK. It's working for Edmonton, and they've got the speed to do it here with Vancouver, except for maybe Tyler Myers. But you can't collapse deep because Edmonton's going to make you pay for that. And they are collapsing. 87 seconds left in the game, guys. Can you throw me, can we throw a little like? Can we do a little like spike here? Bring some people in. By the way, thank you all for coming here and being a part of this. This is a lot of fun. And I'm so happy that we get to do this. These games are so special. And so it's very, very cool to be hanging out with you doing this. My team's out, but I can root for your two teams. And I'm not trying to sit on the fence here, but I'm really enjoying this game. This is amazing. 87 seconds left in the game. 127. We gotta... Okay, here we go. Bouchard with the puck. Over for Nuge. Good hit by Lindholm. Breaks up the play. Pettersson with the backhand up and out. And almost in the net. If had a little more juice, it might have had a chance. It might have missed, though. 1:05 left. And Pettersson breaks it up at the blue line. They break it up again. This is what Vancouver has done so well. They've been breaking up Edmonton's scoring opportunities outside of the first period. First period wasn't great for Vancouver. Bouchard keeps it in at the line. There's McDavid. Tried to get over to Nuge in front. Zach Hyman sitting in front of the goalie as he do. That's how he scores goals. Evan Bouchard from the point. Svilov's off of his blocker. We got Lindholm pushing it out. McDavid stripped by Pettersson. We got Zadorov, and he is going to blow that puck out of the blue zone. Past the blue line. What am I even saying? 22 seconds left to go. It's getting real close here. McDavid, blocked shot. Hyman. Oh, Edmonton fans going nuts. Oh, what a shot by Draisaitl. Tough angle, but that looked dangerous. 7 seconds left to go. 5 seconds left to go. Vancouver Canucks fans on their feet. 1 second left to go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks have completed one of the best comebacks in second round recent history. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Against one of the Stanley Cup favorites. Everybody counted Vancouver out in this series from game one. And actually, if you watch the first period, you could see why. It didn't look good. But they got in after the first intermission. Ian Cole especially had a rough start. Rough start. But they turned it around. They dug deep. They made it happen. Vancouver Canucks fans probably just loving life right now. Oilers fans probably a little pissed. but you've been here before. You know that this isn't over. And that's the best part about this for me. This is just the beginning, baby. We got a rookie goaltender with a win against the best two players in the world, Draisaitl, McDavid. Svilov's got to feel great. After a bit of a shaky first and second, let's be honest, the Artie party, he shut the door. If goal number 5 goes in, there's no way that Vancouver wins this game. Fiona Fallerina hitting us from Southeast Asia. That random dude in the Sedin jersey today was definitely lucky. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Now, here's the thing. Canucks fans, you're going to enjoy this tonight. You know the players are going to enjoy this tonight. But you know what the Oilers are going to do. They've lost game ones before. In fact, if I seem to remember correctly, they lost a pretty crazy game 1 to the Calgary Flames 2 years ago. I think it was 9-6. At one point, I think the Flames were up like 6-1, and then Edmonton roared back, and then the Flames won. And I got to tell you, the Calgary Flames have never been the same after that series. So enjoy this moment. You deserve to enjoy this moment. But these are the freaking Edmonton Oilers. They are not to be trifled with. And I know everybody's counted Vancouver out again. Enjoy the next couple days. But Friday night, you and me and everybody else are going to come back here, and we're going to see how the Oilers respond. And I don't think Connor McDavid's going to be happy with the night that he had. I think that whatever's wrong with Leon Draisaitl, they're going to try to figure that out. I hope it's not his back, because that's not a quick fix. Let me tell you something. This is going to be a real good time. This is going to be a real good series. Canucks are 5-0 versus the Oilers this year. That is true. 2 of those wins, by the way, came when Jay Woodcroft was still the coach, potentially even 3. Wasn't there 2 in October that were complete blowouts? And then was there a November one too? I think they met 3 times early, didn't they? That was a great game. Guys, I've so enjoyed doing this with you. Kyle Grant, is Steve joining the next stream? Steve's taking a breather, man. He's sick. He's tired. He's got a 10-week-old at home. Steve will be streaming again. It won't be this series, but he will be streaming very soon. Yeah, McDavid wasn't great tonight. A rare off game, and that's what Vancouver's got a game plan for, though. They got to keep and make sure that they shut him down, and you can only really contain him for so long. He's going to break out. So what do you do when that happens? Zach Matusik. That wasn't Skinner's fault. Edmonton Oilers bad at defense. Well, yes, but also the Garland goal. It was a good fake. Like, he did fake him, but at the same time, you kind of want Skinner to have that, you know? Anyway, guys, I want to say, I want to hang out just for a little bit longer. You can throw some questions at me in the chat if you want to. Just figure we hang out and enjoy. But what a freaking ending. That was fantastic hockey. Fantastic hockey. Producer Drew just texted me just generally in our group chat. This game has been 1,000 times better than the Predators Canucks series. This one game was better than the entire Predators Canucks series. The highlight of the Predators Canucks series was Pius Suter's goal in the third period, and then that random penalty with 30 seconds left with the Canucks only up 1 goal, like 1-0 in Nashville. Damn. That was great. Guys, got any questions? If you got any questions, or if you just want to celebrate and brag, that's cool too. So when did we start allowing tossing pucks, Mr. Canadian Hero? I thought that might be. I thought he grabbed his puck or his hand and threw it. I saw that too. I don't remember who it was, but I think so. There was a missed hand pass for sure. I think you got to give the Canucks a lot of credit here, though. They really dug deep. They really dug deep. And listen, if you're the Oilers, like, you can get mad about the missed glove toss or whatever it was, but you know, in your heart of hearts, you've seen enough playoff hockey to know that's not why they lost. They lost because Vancouver is extremely they convert on their chances. You give Vancouver enough chances to score, they will score. Like, you watch the Leafs, you give them enough chances to score, they will not score. They won't. They'll miss, and they'll be like, wow, we're right there. They won't. Vancouver are very opportunistic. The other thing is the Oilers could not get anything done offensively. It's almost like Vancouver, not that they were bad at defense before, but maybe they picked a few things up from the Nashville Predators. Edmonton didn't have an answer in the second and the third period. Once Vancouver got going, they just started clawing back. It's definitely not the refs, guys. Like, I understand, Oilers fans, I understand being upset about that. You guys have seen enough playoff hockey. Like I said, you know that wasn't it. Vancouver bent, but they did not break. True. Gordon McDowell, thank you for doing this. It's nearly 1 a.m. where you are. Yes, sir. But I'm happy to be here. Adam, this is from Crispin. Do the Canucks have the Canucks proven themselves? Do the Canucks have proven themselves this year and are essentially playing with house money? Have the Canucks proven themselves? Yes. I mean, they won the division. But yeah, in the playoffs, listen, let's keep it in perspective. Have they proven that they are a great team? I think they've proven that they're a very good team. And I don't mean that as an insult, but they've won 5 games. The Leafs won 5 games last year in the playoffs. But what I'm seeing are the makings of a great team. And you only can really call a team a great team after they've accomplished the thing that great teams accomplish. So I call the Oilers a great team because they are. The Oilers are a great team. They are, conference finalists last year. They're a great team, right? I think that Vancouver's got a real good shot in this series. They're a balanced lineup. Oh, they're interviewing Connor Garland right now. Look at him. Look at that excited boy. Vancouver, 2 lucky goals. It should have ended 4-3. Okay. I think that, yeah. I think that, let me tell you something. Zach Hyman's first goal came off of a power play that never should have happened. And it was Vancouver's fault. The too many men power play. But come on. Like, that's just being silly at the beginning of a series. Garland's goal is just bonkers. How did he catch that 5-hole? What a goal. That Garland celly, that that felt good. That felt good. He should get that picture framed. He should get whoever took the photographer is that takes that picture. You got to get that framed. You put that up in your house forever, and you save that puck. Man. Hyman's second was an ugly goal. Yeah, but Zach Hyman scores ugly goals. Here's what's going to be the challenge for next game. You got to manage whatever is up with Draisaitl, and you got to get Janmark, McDavid, Hyman going 5-on-5. And I know Hyman had 2 goals. One of them's in the power play. But you got to get that. You got to, listen, McDavid's got to be 5-on-5 scoring for these guys to win. I'm not telling you anything that you didn't know. Damn. Yeah. I mean, Hyman with the power play goal and with the even strength goal. But other than that, didn't see a whole lot from them, right? So, anyway. Love this. Guys, listen. What I'm going to do here is I think I'm going to wrap because I'm a little tired. Trevor Winchar, I'm unsubscribed. LOL. I'm going to wrap it up. Hayden's got to go to bed. I got to go to bed. But I want to thank you all for being here. And the next Oilers game, Oilers Canucks, is going to be, are you ready? Oh, it's tomorrow. All right. Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, I'll see you back here. And then we're doing Saturday. Oh, no, it's not tomorrow because it's Thursday here now. I got screwed. I'm really tired. So we'll see you Friday night, 10 o'clock. You and me, we're having a date on Friday. And then I'll see you at 9:30 Sunday, May 12th for Game 3, okay? So it's been a real fun time hanging out with you guys. Thank you all for being here. It's been a blast. Let's keep this puppy going. And we will see you next time. Congrats, Canucks fans. Beware an angry McDavid. Just throwing that out there. Hayden, you can end the stream. Thank you, producer Hayden. Thank you, Robert, for handling the chat. Love you all. Talk to you soon.